कुछ हमारी फोटो आने लगी। ये हमारी फोटो क्यों आ रही?
नमस्कार बख्शी सर।
नमस्कार जी, नमस्कार। कैसे हैं आप?
मैं ठीक हूँ सर, आप कैसे हैं?
हाँ हाँ, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया।
सर वी विल स्टार्ट इन ए मिनट।
नहीं, मेरे ख्याल में 2-3 मिनट वेट भी कर लेते हैं, क्योंकि अभी आज
श्योर।
पहला दिन है, तो अभी तो पार्टिसिपेंट ज्वाइन नहीं किया।
हाँ।
तो कर लें, हम 2-4 मिनट में शुरू कर देंगे।
श्योर सर।
थैंक यू जी।
ओके सर।
Good evening, Bakshi sir. Good evening, Babita ma'am.
गुड इवनिंग।
गुड इवनिंग, गुड इवनिंग।
Participants are requested to keep their microphone muted and videos on. Dr. Vanita, please inform the backend team to mute some participant who is engaging in a conversation with some family member.
Bita, I think we can start now.
Fine, sir. 45 participants are there. I mean, around
So
40.
I think
Fine, sir. We'll start. So is the screen visible?
yes.
Somehow it is not visible to me. I'll just stop sharing once again. Namaskar and good evening to all the participants. On behalf of UGC-MMTTC, I extend a very hearty welcome to each and everyone participating in this program. This program, NEP Orientation and Sensitization Program, is being organized by UGC Malviya Mission Teacher Training Center. And this program is today is the first day of this particular batch, and this will conclude on 12th June. This is being organized by, as I said, UGC-MMTTC and under Ministry of Education. In this program, we have other collaborating institutions with us. We have SSV College, Hapur. We have St. Mary's PG College, Vidisha, Madhya Pradesh. And then we have Sri Shivani College of Pharmacy, Sri Kalkulam, Andhra Pradesh. The center is located at Sri Guru Tegh Bahadur Khalsa College, University of Delhi. And for this program, we seek blessings of Sri Guru Angad Dev Ji, the second of the 10 Sikh Gurus. This program is being organized in honor of Bharat Ratna Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya Ji, under the visionary leadership of our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. Once again, you are all virtually welcome to this program. And in this program, we have participants who are administrators, teachers, research scholars, and other participants from other professions across India. We have our patron, Padma Bhushan Sardar Tarlochan Singh, Chairman, Governing Body, SGTB Khalsa College, University of Delhi. And as mentors, we have Professor Ved Prakash, former Chairman, University Grants Commission, and Professor Dr. A.K. Bakshi, former VC PDM University, Bahadurgarh, and he is our first speaker for today as well. In the executive team, we have Professor Gur Mohinder Singh, Principal, SGTB Khalsa College, University of Delhi, and Professor Vimal Rar, Director, UGC MMTTC, and she is also a professor at the Department of Chemistry, SGTB Khalsa College, University of Delhi. She is also a member of the Expert Committee, MMT Program, UGC. In the organizing team, we have Professor Sarita Pasi from the Department of Chemistry, Zakir Hussain Delhi College, myself, Professor Babita C. Kola, Zakir Hussain Delhi College, Department of Botany, University of Delhi, Dr. Vinita Kapoor, Department of Chemistry, Sri Venkateshwara College, University of Delhi, Professor Sangeeta Agrawal, SSV College, Hapur, Dr. Deepak Kumar, HOD, SSV College, Hapur, Mrs. K. Roshini, Sri Shivani College of Pharmacy, Sri Kakulam, Andhra Pradesh. Well, this is the 57th batch that is being, organized for the higher education programs that have been organized in the past couple of years, and this happens to be the 57th batch. For today, we have today being the first day and the first session. And for today, we have with us Professor A.K. Bakshi as the first speaker of this particular session. And he will be speaking to us on Higher Education and Society, Part 1. So before I request Sir to deliver his lecture, I would like to introduce Sir, although Sir does not need any introduction. But this being the first day, this formality has to be done, sir. Professor A.K. Bakshi is a distinguished name in Indian higher education and scientific research, known for his exceptional scholarship, visionary leadership, and transformative contributions in the field of academia. A double gold medalist and record-setting scholar from University of Delhi, he earned his doctorate in chemistry with high distinction that paved the way for a career marked with excellence, brilliance, and a pioneering institutional leadership. Over the years, Professor Bakshi has held several prestigious academic and administrative positions across India and internationally as well. He served as founding VC of PDM University, Bahadurgarh, Haryana, where he played a foundational role in building a dynamic, research-driven institution. He was also appointed through global selection as Executive Director of Tertiary Education Commission, Mauritius, a role that is equivalent to UGC Chairman in India. Earlier, he served as Vice Chancellor of UP Rajeshri Tandon Open University, Allahabad. At the University of Delhi, his legacy has been equally impactful. He has served Sir Shankar Lal Chair, Professor of Chemistry, Head of the Department of Chemistry, Director for Center for Professional Development in Higher Education, CPDHE, and Director for Institute of Lifelong Learning, that's ILL. Additionally, he was given visiting professor at Guru Gobind Singh Indraprasth University, located in Delhi. Professor Bakshi is currently mentor to this center, UGC-MMTTC Center, that is located in HTTB Khalsa College, University of Delhi. He has earlier chaired Guru Angad Dev Teaching Learning Center, that was known as GAD-TLC, and was key member of the Standing Committee of National Mission on Education through ICT. As chairman of the Content Advisory Committee for Chemistry for Sakshat Portal, he has played a vital role in promoting digital learning across nation. Internationally, Professor Bakshi pursued postdoctoral research in Germany and Japan, including he worked under Nobel laureate Professor Kenichi Fukui. He also served as a visiting scientist at Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Mumbai, and in the prestigious Institute of IISc, Bangalore. Notably, he was a member of India's third scientific expedition to Antarctica, which led to the establishment of Dakshin Gangotri Research Base. As early proponent of e-learning, Professor Bakshi has authored over 200 research papers, 11 books, and 51 edited volumes, and 63 e-learning modules for nationwide for national platforms such as Swayam, Arpit, and digital transforming education and faculty development programs held across India. His accolades include HEE Award, Acharya Shiksha with Samman, World Education Award, IDA Award, Bharat Jyoti Award, and fellowships from IUPAC and FNA SC, and the Chemistry and the Chemical Research Research Society of India. Twice he was felicitated by former President Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, and also by Minister Smriti Zubin Irani. He remains one of the India's most respected and sought after academic leader, with nearly 500 invited talks that he has given in the past 4 years. Professor Bakshi continues to inspire through his profound commitment to excellence in science and education. Sir has been a backbone for this program, and I think hundreds and hundreds of teachers have been inspired for the last so many years that I have seen myself, and this is another batch who will be inspired by his talk that is going to be that's going to leave a permanent impact on all of us. With these words, I request Sir to deliver his talk. Over to you, Sir.
Thank you very much, Professor Babita C. Kaulam, for your very kind words of introduction. Members of the organizing team, and last but not the least, dear participants from all over the country, I welcome you all to this NEP orientation and sensitization program being conducted by UGC Malviam Mission Teacher Training Center at SGTB Khalsa College, University of Delhi. See, the first thing which I want you to keep it in mind is that this program is compulsory for all higher education teachers, because this program is related to National Education Policy 2020. It's now almost 6 years when this policy was announced and started implementing, but still many people are not aware of its various provisions and what it talks about. The basic purpose of this program is to orient you and to sensitize you. The purpose will be to tell you what are the new things which are going to come in our education system. That will come under orientation. And sensitization would be why those changes have been brought. There has to be some rationale if we are introducing some changes in the education system. So, through various lectures during these 8 working days, all aspects of this policy will be deliberated upon. And it's my request to all of you that you should attend this program completely. Don't take it lightly. It is a rare thing for you that you are going to attend to various eminent resource persons of the country who will be discussing about all aspects of NEP 2020. And it is not only for teachers, it's even for the principals, directors, vice chancellors, everybody whosoever is there, they should attend it. And one more thing which you have to keep it in mind is, as per the UGC guidelines, this program you should attend with your videos on. This is compulsory for all of you. So I can still see some people attending the program without videos. So please keep your videos on. And I think this has already been instructed to you. So with this little background, now I will come to my first talk. And before I start my talk, let me share my screen. So under higher education and society, this is the title of my talk. Empowering teachers for 21st century challenges in higher education. Perspectives from NEP 2020. So this talk will focus on the various challenges which lie ahead in the context of higher education in our country in the 21st century. We will just get an overview of all the challenges. And as it is written here, these challenges are going to be opportunities for each one of you. In each challenge, you should see an opportunity, how you can empower yourself and make the best use of that. So this talk has to be viewed from that perspective. It is going to be a motivational talk with an aim to empower you so that you can succeed and thrive in the 21st century. It will prepare you for future. And believe you me, it's going to be a game changer for each one of you. Just attend to the talk, try to understand everything. You will find a big thing for you. This talk is based on my conceptualization and experience and will prepare you for facing the challenges in your profession and even life, personal lives also. These things will be very useful. The thinking behind the talk is, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day. Teach a man how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. So this talk is going to be like teaching you how to fish and feeding you for a lifetime. This talk will be in two parts. First part will be an introduction, where I will touch upon the salient features of NEP 2020. And in the second part, I will come to the various challenges. So that is how this talk has been structured. So when we talk about National Education Policy 2020, what is the spirit behind this policy? Why this policy has come? That could be the question in your mind. And please see, it is an education policy. And education is relevant and of quality only when it is able to serve the needs of the changing society. Otherwise, education has no meaning. If you look at the history, the first education policy came in 1968. Second came in 1986. And now the third policy, which is the first policy of the 21st century, is coming in 2020. And you know, why these policies and why so much gap? Because you know, during this time, the needs of the society have changed. So education system must change. And in the 21st century, you will all agree that world is changing very, very fast, mainly because of technological advancements. So this policy proposes various reforms in education that are suited to 21st century needs. If you read the document of NEP 2020, it's a visionary document expressing the aspirations of the nation. And this policy aims at making India a global knowledge superpower. What does it mean? That India should become superpower not only in terms of knowledge dissemination, that is teaching, learning, but also in terms of knowledge creation, that is research. So we should become superpower both in teaching, learning, as well as research. That's a very important point because research is often neglected in our country. There is not a big research culture in our country, I would say. And second is global study destination. That means our educational institutions should become so good that learners from all over the world come to India for their higher studies. That is the second aim. So you see, these are very, ambitious aims which we have. And here I would like to mention, you have to keep it in mind that research creates new knowledge, while teaching spreads the existing knowledge. You have to understand the difference. No doubt both are important, but creating new knowledge is more important. Teaching is like lighting the lamp, while research is like building the road ahead. So if there is no road, where would you light the lamp? So that point of view shows the relative importance of research over teaching, learning. And then this policy talks about making India a vibrant knowledge society. What does it mean? That India should become a vibrant knowledge society, which is like a dynamic community, where knowledge is actively created. That means you do good quality research, then that is shared and then utilized to drive innovation, economic growth, and social well-being. So everything revolves around research. So there is a lot of focus on research and development Because without research, you cannot have development, you cannot have innovation. All are very important. And then this policy talks about creating an apex body, NRF, National Research Foundation. That is going to be the body which will be funding the various research projects. And only those projects are funded which focus on the research which is globally competent but locally relevant. That's also very important. Locally relevant research is also important. You should do research with a purpose. You should not do research just for the sake of doing research. And then, this policy also proposes to achieve its various goals by making education more holistic, flexible, and multidisciplinary. These three aspects are very important. Holistic means focusing on the overall development of our students. The thinking is that wherever you present yourself as a whole. So mental, physical, social, emotional, all aspects should be developed. It should not be lopsided. And then flexible means this policy talks about multiple entry and exit options. If you exit after first year, you will get a certificate in the UG program. After second year, diploma, then degree, and then degree with research. And then it talks about creating academic bank of credits, where the credits which you have earned can be deposited. So you see, all these aspects are important and there is some mechanism how to achieve them. This was my article in Times of India's Education Times about academic bank of credits. And the title is An Opportunity to Design Your Own Degree. How you can design your own degree. Because one may take economics, history, and physics. For that combination, there may not be any course, but still you can design your own degree. This is the meaning of holistic development, overall development. So how this policy hopes to achieve holistic development? It is integrating academics with co-curricular and vocational subjects. All are treated at par. Academics are also equally important, vocational also, and co-curricular also. And then, this policy is based on 5 pillars. These are the 5 pillars of NEP 2020. One is access. We need to enhance access to higher education. And the target which has been set in the policy is 50% gross enrollment ratio by 2035. It's a big challenge. Currently, our gross enrollment ratio is about 29%. So how to achieve this? It's a big challenge. Because I think the world average is about 40%. Then quality has to be enhanced. Then education should be imparted with equity, social justice, no discrimination. Then education should be affordable. That's also one important pillar. And then there should be accountability. So these are the 5 pillars of NEP 2020. This is the meaning of equity. You can see on the right side. You have to be fair. Social justice, no discrimination, unlike equality. And why I am talking about empowering all of you? Please remember, the quality of an education system can never exceed the quality of its teachers. It can never. So if you want to raise the quality of an education system, you must raise the competence level of the teachers. Without that, it is not possible. Because, an institution is ultimately as good as its faculty. And how does this policy aims at that? Regular capacity building and upskilling of teachers from time to time. All that is basically to empower them. And once teachers are empowered, they will in turn empower the students. So directly or indirectly, everything is being done to support student learning. And you will all agree, our greatest natural resource is the minds of our children. India is one of the youngest nations of the world. See, 50% population is less than 25 years. And 65% population is less than 35 years. So we need to ready these young children for future challenges. And for that, to a great extent, responsibility rests with you, the teachers. You have to give them the right type of education. See, you may be taking all your classes. You may be very sincere. You are finishing the syllabus. But one question will remain. Is that the right type of education? That's very important. And please remember, students may be 25% of our population, but then they are 100% of our future. We have to ensure that we give them the right type of education, quality education. Because a child miseducated is a child lost. So, we cannot afford to lose even a single child. So this slide is very important. You should keep it in mind. A child miseducated is a child lost. Deliberately or not, you are losing the child if you are not teaching them the right way. So this was part A, where I touched upon the salient features of NEP 2020. Now I come to part B, where I will talk about the challenges in the 21st century. What are going to be the future challenges? And you know, the first challenge comes from information age. We are living in an information age where you can get any information just by the click of a button. But this information age has many challenges. This has become an age of uncertainty with respect to jobs. In this age, job landscape is changing very, very fast. There is a Future of Jobs report published by World Economic Forum in 2025, based on which you can say that you are not sure where your students will be employed tomorrow. Maybe those jobs are not existing. So there is a lot of uncertainty. Because job landscape is changing very, very fast. Then this has also become an age of mass education. This is an age where more and more students over the next 30 years will graduate than since the beginning of the recorded history. What does it mean? That more and more students will be coming out of colleges and universities, because you know, all colleges and universities are trying to increase the gross enrollment ratio. So more students will be coming out of that. Traditional jobs are becoming less. Takers would be many. So that will create a tough competition. And then this is also an age of artificial intelligence. This is an age where artificial intelligence is going to equal the intelligence of the students by the time they finish their formal education. So the question which will be asked is, if I can have machines with the same intelligence as you, then why do I need you? That's the question. And look at this. All those jobs which are of repetitive and predictable nature, which require no critical thinking, no critical analysis, no research base, all those jobs are going to be in danger. Either due to AI automation or robotics. Look at the picture. Robots working with human. That's going to be a common picture in future. Work will be divided. So in this, you can also see a threat to the teaching profession if it is only of a very routine type. So try to understand. That is why sometimes people say technology is becoming a threat to the teaching profession. And then this information age is also becoming an age of misinformation and disinformation. So much is happening even on social media. You can see all types of information are being spread. That is another problem with this information age. And that has become a global danger. Some information is being spread wrongly by mistake and sometimes by deliberate means. Now you will ask how this all becomes a challenge for a teacher. See, the challenge before a teacher is now going to be, what should I teach and how should I teach, so that our students are able to succeed in a future that looks so uncertain. That's a challenge before the teacher. What should I teach? How should I teach? The second challenge, in my opinion, is going to be sustainable development goals. Sustainable development, you will all agree, is the burning issue in the world at present. Everybody is talking about that. Sustainable development means what? Sustainable means something which can be maintained for a long period of time, especially keeping in view the future generations. And development is always economic development. So why there is so much concern? That could be the question in your mind. Why we are so much bothered in the world about sustainable development? This is the reason. Population is exploding very fast in the world. Currently, we have about 8 billion people. And by 2050, we are going to have 9.7 billion people. This population explosion will lead to fast depletion of resources, including food, minerals, etc. There will be pressure on all that. Water scarcity is going to become a big problem. Then there is going to be a problem of environmental degradation, you all know. And then climate change also. This we are already witnessing. Rising sea level, increase in atmospheric temperature. So all these are a challenge for creating a sustainable future. And we have to be concerned about our future generations. That is the reason why United Nations in 2015 gave 17 Sustainable Development Goals for achieving them by 2030. But United Nations never gave any roadmap. Why? Because no roadmap can be given. The nature of the problem varies from region to region, and the solution which may be applicable in one part of the world may not be applicable elsewhere. Because the world is full of diversity. And all these 17 goals form part of United Nations Agenda 2030. And to this agreement, 193 countries, including India, have signed. So India is signatory. And these are the 17 goals you can see on the right side. Goal number 1 is no poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being. Then goal number 4 is quality education, gender equality, etc. See, if you look at these goals, they look like, they are the real world problems. And they require knowledge of several different disciplines for their solution. Please remember, no real world problem can be solved just with the knowledge of one discipline. You cannot solve it. For example, look at climate change. If you want to solve this, you need knowledge of all these disciplines: climatology, political science, economics, green technology, sociology, etc. That is the reason why multidisciplinary education is becoming popular. That was the reason why new education policy also talks about multidisciplinary education. Multidisciplinary education will allow students to gain a deeper understanding of the subject matter through the lens of different disciplines. That means you look at one problem through the lens of different disciplines. That is the basic meaning. And then it is believed that such an approach will make our students more creative and flexible in thinking. So this is the basic reason or thinking behind multidisciplinary education. But please remember, implementing multidisciplinary education is a big, big challenge. It's very easy to talk, but how to implement it in practice is a big challenge. These are the challenges in the implementation of multidisciplinary education. The first challenge comes: how will you design the curriculum, how it will be taught? You need experienced staff who are capable of, delivering such an approach, looking at one problem through the lens of different disciplines. You need greater collaboration between different departments. And then you need adequate infrastructure and support to integrate multidisciplinary learning. It's not easy. Not many universities have successfully implemented it. On paper, it looks good, but in reality, not. This was our article about the role of basic sciences in achieving sustainable development. This we wrote long back. It's about 4 years back. So this was in CSIR Science Reporter magazine. It was the cover story. How science can help you in achieving the sustainable development. Because, the year 2022 was declared as the International Year of Basic Sciences for Sustainable Development. And this is my one book, which is on energy for sustainable future. So this is published by National Book Trust of India. Now, the third challenge, in my opinion, is, and that could be a question in your mind also, what are the 21st century learning needs? What should our students learn in the 21st century? See, it's now widely believed that if you want to achieve success, you need at least these two things. One is rigorous academic content. You have to be very good in your subject. Very good. This is very important. Subject expertise matters a lot. And second is 21st century skills. These two are the basic things. And 21st century skills means a set of abilities which each one of us should have. Look at this slide. This is a very important slide. These 21st century skills come under 3 categories. You can see here. Learning skills. What are the learning skills? Critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication, 4 C's. Then literacy skills, information literacy, media literacy, and technology literacy, IMT. And then life skills, flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, and social skills. So taken together, these are 12 skills which are called 21st century skills. They are must for everybody. If you have skills, or if you have these skills, they will elevate your job performance. Machines cannot have these skills. These are personal skills. Artificial intelligence cannot replicate them. In every profession, you need these skills. Any profession you may take, these skills are must. And therefore, quality education in the 21st century is this. This is the most important slide. You should take a screenshot of this. Quality education in the 21st century should focus on these three things. One is knowledge. What type of knowledge you need? Disciplinary, interdisciplinary, and practical. All the three subjects, all the three aspects. See, when we were students, focus was mainly on disciplinary, interdisciplinary, people didn't talk much. Then 21st century skills, which I just mentioned. And then domain-specific skill, some skills specific to your discipline. You may be in economics, you may be in mathematics, you may be in history. So some skills relating to that. And then your personality, values, attitude, traits. These are the learning needs. Our students should acquire all the three things. And they ultimately determine your competence for any profession. See, you may go to any profession. You are in the teaching profession, some may go to IAS, some may go to engineering. Anywhere you go, you need these things. Nature may vary, but ultimately you need these three things. That is why so many universities and colleges are focusing on skill enhancement courses to strengthen second point, and then value-added courses to strengthen the third point. Please remember, success in today's world demands not just knowledge. There was a time when being knowledgeable was enough, but not now. You need also to have 21st century skills and strong personality in order to enable you to innovate and navigate a rapidly changing technology-driven world. And one more thing you should remember, interdisciplinarity is important. No real world problem can be solved just with the knowledge of one discipline. Just remember this. No problem can be solved with the knowledge of just one discipline. Innovation in today's world is no longer confined to single disciplines. It thrives at the intersection of diverse fields. See, when two or more fields come together, new solutions emerge, which were once considered unimaginable. So this is very important point. See, I have a limited time, but you can see behind the meaning behind each slide. So acquiring competence should be the goal of quality education. This is now the summary of what I told you. Quality education should focus on knowledge, skills, and personality. You may have curriculum, teaching, and assessment. Those things are there, but ultimately the focus has to be on these three aspects. These days, people also talk about outcome-based education. Outcomes are what? Outcomes are also the mixture of knowledge, skills, and personality. So, this slide is very, very important. The fourth challenge, in my opinion, in our country is we need creative and innovative minds in India. There is a dearth of creative and innovative minds in India. See, there is a crisis of innovation and creativity in Indian education system. Have you ever thought that no Indian scientist working in India has been able to get Nobel Prize after 1930? When C.V. Raman got it for his discovery of Raman effect in 1928. And he announced this prize, he announced this discovery on 28th February 1928. That is why this date is celebrated as the National Science Day. Nobody has ever got it in chemistry. These people did get Nobel Prize, but they were non-resident Indians. Even Amartya Sen, although he's an Indian, but for years he has been working abroad. Abhijit Banerjee is an American citizen. So we have not been able to produce even a single Nobel laureate in the last 96 years. Just imagine. And look at these top 5 universities of the world. How many Nobel laureates they have produced? Harvard has produced more than 160. Cambridge has 124, Columbia 101, and so on. See, facts don't cease to exist just because we ignore them. No, these are the realities. We are 140, crore people, 1.4 billion people, and we have not been able to produce even a single Nobel laureate. So there is a dearth of creative and innovative minds. But please remember, Nobel Prize is not a lifetime achievement award. No. If you want to excel in research at that level, you need to have these 3 basic qualities: enormous amount of creativity and open-mindedness. This is missing in most of our students. We are producing rote learners. Open-mindedness means good ideas may come from anywhere. You should be open to that. Then willingness to collaborate. In our country, our students look at every other student as a competitor. So it becomes difficult to collaborate. And then perseverance and resilience. We sometimes want immediate gains. May not be possible. You have to keep on working. There may be setbacks. There may be failures. That's a part of life. I remember a Nobel laureate in chemistry getting Nobel Prize at the age of 97 years. Just imagine. So that is the reason, why our ranking is not that good. It's mainly because of poor quality of our research programs. Best science students don't come to research. No. I know. Best of the science students from IITs, they are going to civil services. Even doctors, they are going to civil services. That means the doctors from AIMS, they go to civil services. And there is a poor quality of research in India. Look at this slide, which is astonishing. 99% of the higher educational institutions of our country are not contributing to the country's high quality knowledge creation. 99% are doing routine research, promotion-driven research. Emphasis is more on quantity rather than quality. Then predatory journals have come, which have further compromised the quality of research in the country. So, you may ask a question, why do we lack in quality research? The reason is our education system. And what is wrong in our education system? Look at this video for a minute.
For decades, people have been finding hundreds of flaws in the education system. No conceptual understanding, no creativity, children are stressed, and the list goes on. All these are symptoms. But what is the root cause to all this? What is the fundamental flaw in the education system? Let us play a rapid-fire game. You have 1 second to answer every question. Let's start. First question, A4? Okay, no more questions. Did you think apple first? 98% of people are most likely to think so. Because that was what we were told in our kindergarten. Imagine that this was done differently. Say we had asked you for all the words starting with A. Ant, ace, April, apt. Different answers would have popped out of everyone's head. Do you see where the problem is? Before children start going to school, every child is unique. Every child thinks different. But the education system makes every child think the same. This is the fundamental flaw in the education system. Why did this start? During the Industrial Revolution in the 18th century, The education system was designed to make children ready to work in factories. The factories did not require people to think, but to only work like robots. So, the education system stripped children of their freedom to think and destroyed their true potential. The same education system continues even today. Only the industries have changed. A study by NASA shows that 98% of children think different before they start going to school. As they go through this education system, at 25 years of age, only 2% think different, and 98% think the same. So how does the education system make every child the same? Let's go back to the apple example. Kindergarten lessons told us that A is for apple. We asked you for words that start with A. Our education system gave us the answers. We asked you a question. Answers make you the same. Questions make you different. Right from kindergarten, the education system keeps giving answers. Instead of asking children how plants make food, the science teacher gives you the definition of photosynthesis. Instead of asking them to describe the sun, the teacher tells them that the sun is a ball of fire at the center of the solar system. Through their years in school, children lose the capability to think on their own. Whether it is their choice of career or their relationship or any situation in life, they become.
So you can see our education system keeps giving answers to various questions. And then directly or indirectly, we are asking the same thing in examination. So we are stripping the children of their ability to think on their own. That is missing. So you see where the problem lies. It's ultimately in our education system. Our education system that way is still outdated. It does not encourage thinking, innovation, and creativity among students. See, our students actually, lack problem-solving ability. That's the problem. And without creativity, there can be no progress, and we will be repeating the same thing, and that's what we are doing. This was my win article, which became very popular, Crisis of Innovation and Creativity in India. The title was India's Future is in Innovation, Make Education More Creative. This was my article in Times of India, the creativity crisis in the Indian education system. And very recently, a few months back, I wrote this article that India should go for true track faculty system to transform higher education. See, what I mean to say is India should either teachers should specialize in teaching or they should specialize in research. They cannot do both things. This is the meaning, two-track higher education faculty. India should go for two-track faculty in universities and colleges. Teachers should either specialize in teaching or research, because all may not be good at both, and both are full-time jobs. If you try to excel in both of them, you ultimately end up giving an average performance in both of them. So this is how you can implement it. In any department, 60% teachers may be teaching focused faculty. They will focus on quality teaching, mentoring, curriculum development, etc. 40% teachers will focus on research, producing PhDs, research publishing, grant, etc. And their promotion and assessment would also be based on their specialized role. Not a mix of both. No, not at all. The strengths of this idea is better utilization of talent in the country. Improved teaching quality will also improve. Research output will also get strengthened. This is the better idea. The time has come when India should think on these lines with a thoughtful planning. Then, the next challenge is how to enhance the quality of higher education in India. That's the next challenge. So, see, I told you that this is quality education. This slide I have shown you earlier. And how you impart it? It is imparted through 3 steps. You have a curriculum, you have teaching learning, which is called pedagogy, and then assessment. And then there are 3 things you have to remember. In any education system, first thing is, what do we teach? That comes under curriculum. How do we teach? That comes under pedagogy. And how do we assess our student? That comes under assessment. And these are the 2 approaches we are following generally now. See, traditionally, we are following the first approach, syllabus-based education, teacher-centric pedagogy. There is a syllabus, teachers will complete the course, teachers will govern the whole class, entire focus is going to be on teaching. But now, time has come when we need to shift to outcome-based education. And the pedagogy is going to be learner-centric pedagogy. This is the shift. Outcomes are more important. It's not important that what you teach. Ultimately, what is going to be important is whether what learning students have done, whether the outcomes have been achieved in the students or not. So this slide is very important. Now we need to shift to outcome-based education. So outcome-based education, which we are now talking, is an education system where everything, teaching, assessment, curriculum, ultimately is planned to achieve specific outcomes. The focus is not just on teaching, but what students are able to do after learning. That's the crux of this whole matter. But in this entire exercise, curriculum development is a critical bottleneck. How to develop that curriculum? Because without a curriculum which is explicitly aligned with the outcomes, there is a fear that outcome-based education will become a theoretical exercise rather than a practical reality. We need to work on that. This is a challenge for all of us. And please remember, if outcome-based education is the destination, the pedagogy which you will be following is the learner-centric pedagogy. We will talk about it in any other talk. But one point I would like to mention, the philosophy of outcome-based education is very good. It looks very impressive. Oh, we should focus on what students have learned. But difficulty lies in its implementation. That's a big challenge. And once you have a learner-centric education, what will happen? Students will become active learners, highly independent and creative thinker. See, in our present day classes, what happens? Teacher is delivering the lecture and students are passive listeners. They are taking down the notes. But under learner-centric pedagogy, since you will be engaging them, they will become active, highly independent and creative thinkers. So that is something which is very important. Curriculum development and teaching pedagogy. Look at these universities, Harvard, Stanford, Wharton. In all these universities, more focus is on case studies, experiential learning, project-based learning, problem-based learning. All these are learner-centric pedagogy. You are engaging the learners. Very little focus on lecture-based learning. Please remember, this is a challenge for all of us. If we teach today's student as we taught yesterday's, we are going to rob them of tomorrow. We will have to change with the changing times. And then we should also transform the culture of assessment in the country. Because assessment drives learning. The way you will assess your students, they will start learning in that way. So that can be a good way to enhance the quality of education in the country. And this is what the new education policy also talk. Change the system of assessment. Assessment should focus on higher order thinking skills. And for all that, you need to design quality questions. So there the competence of the teachers matters a lot. How good questions you can design. See, higher order thinking skill means this. Cognitive learning, is a 6-level hierarchy. It starts from bottom. Look at remembering, then understanding, then application, then analyze up to creativity. Most of our exams are based on lower order thinking skill. They test remembering, understanding, and application. They do not go beyond that. But now our assessment system should focus on higher order thinking skill. How to analyze, how to evaluate, how to create. That should be the focus. And then, in all this, the role of the teacher becomes very, very important. Please, again, I am emphasizing what I said in the beginning. The quality of an education system cannot exceed the quality of its teachers. If you are not competent, then nothing can be achieved. The next challenge is we need to embrace technology and become tech savvy. This is a very important point. This is a challenge for all of you, irrespective of your age. All of you should become tech savvy. Because it is difficult to imagine education without technology in the 21st century. Very difficult. Because you will all agree, technology has totally changed the way education is imparted now. Everything has changed. So all of you should become tech savvy. Being tech savvy is not going to be optional for you. It is essential for providing high quality education, meeting the needs of modern students, and preparing them for a technology driven world. All of you will have to become tech savvy. This is a very important point. But please remember, technology is only a tool. Don't let it become your master. It should be remaining like your puppet. Human ingenuity blended with technology can do wonders. Idea should come from you. Your creativity, your vision, your problem solving ability can truly unlock the potential of technology. So technology is only a tool. It's up to you how you use it. And then, technology is a journey. This also you have to remember. For example, now artificial intelligence is coming, which is redefining education in the world. Artificial intelligence is revolutionizing the way we teach, learn, and research. Everything is changing. So become tech savvy. This is the need of the hour. And please remember this quote: technology will never replace great teachers, but technology in the hands of great teachers is transformational. First, you be a great teacher, mastery over the subject, and then become tech savvy. That combination can do wonders. It's very unfortunate that many of our young teachers, they are becoming tech savvy, but they are losing touch with their own subject. That should not happen. This was my interview in Times of India. Technology won't replace teachers. And in the light of all the challenges which I told, the roles of the teachers are now going to change. This is another challenge for you. You have to embrace the new roles. What are going to be the new roles? You will have to become tech-savvy teachers in ICT skills, 21st century skills, AI skills. If your students are enrolled in e-learning and MOOCs, and if they have some queries, who will answer? You only. So you must learn how to manage virtual classroom and discussion forum. You should learn how to engage students with learner-centric pedagogies. So these are the new roles. You should be proficient in the development of e-content and MOOCs. See, we have more than 3,000 MOOCs on Swayam platform. Who has developed them? Teachers only. Why not you? So digital content creation is a new role for you. For that, you should have subject expertise and writing skills, excellent writing skills. So you see, roles are changing. There was a time when teacher was considered to be the only source of knowledge, not now. Now, so many sources of knowledge are available. Tell me what you teach in the class, which students cannot get from so many other sources and maybe much better. So your role is now going to be like a facilitator of learning. In learner-centric pedagogy, you help learners learn, you facilitate their learning. See, these are the sources of knowledge which are available now. They have totally changed the way education is imparted. Books are there in print form, e-books, internet offers you so much information, social media, podcasts, online courses and MOOCs, academic journals, documentaries, educational TV, workshops, seminar, conferences, all in digital mode. So ladies and gentlemen, a change of mindset is required now. Don't think that what I know is enough. No, I must learn more. And there is a famous quote, birds born in a cage think flying is an illness. Change your mindset. And now I come to the last part of this talk, where I will talk about some personality development tips for enhancing your competence. This is very important. This is something which we have been neglecting. I showed you this slide earlier. We have talked about knowledge, we have talked about skills, we will talk about personality now. But please remember, personality, I don't mean your physical appearance or looks. Personality means a set of traits and behaviors that characterize an individual. It's the mindset, which broadly speaking defines your personality. And why personality is important? Look at this. 87% of all people fail, not because of capability, but because of personality. And the worst part is, most of the people do not know that their own personality is coming in the way of their job performance. That is the worst part. Because, personality development is neglected in India. But please remember, personality traits provide the underlying resilience and drive needed to leverage knowledge and skills. You may be knowledgeable. You may be very skilled. But still you need to have the right type of personality in order to leverage these things. And you will all agree, personality influences every aspect of human life. There is no doubt about that. So I'm going to give you some life lessons which will help you in enhancing your competence. They can change your life. Still try to follow them. It is said life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forwards. So this is based on what I learned, so I'm telling you. Look at this picture, grand old lady telling little girl, life looks like an eternity, but actually it is just a short trip. You don't know when the trip will be over. It is the uncertainty of the life which keeps us going. So learn the art of living. This is very important. All of you should learn the art of living. It is said that most of the people in this world only exist. Living has become rare. And art of living means capability to draw pleasure from life, and to succeed in the greatest test called life. Life itself is a great test. You have to be successful in that. And please remember, you only live once. But if you do it right, one is, I think, more than enough. So what is the first tip? First tip, in my opinion, for all of you is be proactive in life. Very important. Everyone chooses how to approach life. If you are proactive, you will focus on preparing. If you are reactive, you will end up focusing on repairing. This is the difference between proactive and reactive. Proactive people are always able to take initiative, make choices, and control outcomes. Very important point. Most of the people lack this quality. They wait till the last moment. Then come out of your comfort zone. Many youngsters these days, I notice, they are in a comfort zone. Oh, I am getting good salary. My husband or wife getting good salary. Children are well set, so it's okay. So that is a comfort zone. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. It's only after you have stepped out of your comfort zone that you begin to change, grow, and transform. So come out of your comfort zone, plan and manage your career very well, and then work hard sensibly. See, I know all of you must be very hardworking, but sensible is important. Sensible means direction is more important than speed. Choose your direction very carefully. Of course, you are free to choose any direction. Nobody can stop you. But then you will not be free from the consequences of your choice. So choose your direction very carefully, and then life is a process. No one rises suddenly in the world, not even the sun. You have to be persistent and have a never give up attitude. Then, self-belief is another quality you should have. Look at this quote. A bird sitting on a tree is never afraid of the branch breaking because her trust is not in the branch but in her own wings. So this is self-confidence. Self-confidence may not always give you success, but it will give you power to face the challenges of life. Then self-discipline. This is the most important thing here. Self-discipline means mastery over your thoughts. If you can control what you think, you can always control what you can do. Everything starts from the mind. Because there is nothing in this world that can trouble you more than your own thoughts. Think over that. The heaviest burden that we carry are the thoughts in our head. An average person thinks, 7,000 thoughts a day. Kgs are not made of iron, they are made of thoughts. And therefore, learn self-control. Self-control is very important. Self-control means mindset. See, brain is like an organ. Mind is like a software. Through practice, you can control it. And once you control it, you can become a master of your own. Then be positive and honest in life. You don't need to announce it. Nobody will bother about that. But have always positive thinking. Because you all know that positive thinkers will have a solution for every problem, and negative thinkers will have a problem for every solution. Be positive. Then overcome fear of failure. Very common problem these days. Oh, I may not fail. वो कहते हैं ना, look at this. जब तक तुम डरते रहोगे, तुम्हारी जिंदगी के फैसले कोई और लेता रहेगा. So overcome the fear of failure. And Bill Gates once said, if you are afraid of failure, you don't deserve to be successful. Failures can be the pillars of success depending on how you take them. Take them as a stepping stone, first attempt in learning. So your attitude towards failure determines your altitude after failure. It's again mindset. Then stop worrying and start living. Worry, common problem. Everybody gets worried. The basic thinking is worry is a misuse of your imagination. You suffer more in imagination than in reality. And that's true. And one day you will look back and realize that you worried too much about things that don't really matter. But by the time you will realize time would have gone, what is the use of that? Think about that. So the best thing is you worry about the things which are in your control. What is in your control? Your attitude, your effort, your focus. Don't worry about the things which are out of your control, like what will happen in future, what will be the outcome of my efforts, what will people say, like that. Don't worry. See, this simple demarcation can change your life. And then control anger. Everybody gets angry. But whenever you get angry, think of this slide. The fire of anger burns you first. Think over that. And please remember, never say mean words out of anger. Your anger will pass, but your mean words can scare a person for life. Use either kind words or be silent. This has been a big problem in many relationships. They have been destroyed just because somebody said something out of anger. कहते हैं ना कि this is psychology says beneath anger there is always some fear. Whenever you are angry, there is some fear in your mind. And one tip is, which is very important, look at this. Results of anger are always more painful than the reasons of anger. Please remember, this is very important. Results of anger are always more painful than the reasons of anger. Then never become arrogant. Sometimes a small success goes into a person's head and the person becomes arrogant. No. Arrogance is the surest path to failure. इस कोट को याद रखिएगा, कभी किसी चीज का घमंड आ जाए तो शमशान का एक चक्कर लगा आना, तुमसे बेहतरीन लोग वहां राख बने पड़े. Think over that. Because please remember, you are dust. All of us will be ultimately dust in the cremation grounds. Keep this reality of life always in mind. And then time management is very important. I think this we need to teach our students also, and we should also learn. Time management is life management. If today you are 40-year-old, all 40-year-old people have got the same time. The secret to success is how you manage your time. Try to maximize your performance in the shortest time. Otherwise, work will always expand according to the time available. You will never be able to complete it. वो एक अमिताभ का कोट है ना, कल खो दिया आज के लिए, आज खो दिया कल के लिए, कभी जी ना सके हम आज के लिए, बीत रही है जिंदगी कल आज और कल के लिए. That's how the whole life passes. And please remember, every day is once in a lifetime. And also, every day is the first day of the rest of your life. So invest your time, don't spend it. See, a stage comes in life when you will wish you had more time. Then you will realize the importance. वो एक बड़ा अच्छा कोट है, बंधी हैं हाथ पर सबके घड़ियां मगर पकड़ में किसी के एक लम्हा भी नहीं. देखिए, time spares no one. Look at this. This is a good 1-minute song, but it conveys a lot. See, look at all these are very famous actors, so much fan following. Look at this picture of Vinod Khanna. When I first time saw this picture, I could not recognize him. See, time spares no one. You don't know what is in store for you in future. So there is a lesson. What the lesson is? Live in the moment. The present moment is the only moment available to us, and it is the door to all moments. Life becomes more meaningful when you realize the simple fact that you will never get the same moment twice. वो एक बड़ा अच्छा कोट है, देखिए, मैं कल को तलाशता रहा दिन भर और शाम होते होते मेरा आज भी चला गया. Think over that. So, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, your biggest competition is with you. I told you today so many challenges. They are all the opportunities for you. The challenge is ultimately with you. You should not become the puppet of your mind. You should become the master of your mind. Be your own king. And you are a king if you know how to rule yourself. So first learn to rule yourself. वो कहते हैं ना, you don't have the problem, you are the problem. Your mindset, your attitude is the problem. स्वर्ग भी तू है, नर्क भी तू है. इन दोनों का फर्क भी तू है. Everything is within us. Life becomes more. वो देखिए, जिंदगी छोटी नहीं होती, लोग जीना ही देरी से शुरू करते हैं, और जब तक रास्ते समझ में आते हैं तब तक तो लौटने का वक्त हो जाता है. देखिए, these are the things which we should also teach our children from the young age, so that they become good, balanced human beings. And then it's never too late to be what you might have been. Still, from tomorrow you can change your life. You will see a big, big change in your life if you follow these steps. All the challenges I told you are the opportunities. They are the doorways to excellence. एक बड़ा Chinese proverb है, when the winds of change blow, some people build walls and others build windmills. It's up to you how you make use of the opportunities. One day you will be just a memory for some people. Do your best to be a good one. And I think this is the last slide. जिंदगी के रंगमंच पर अपना किरदार इतनी शिद्दत से निभाएं कि पर्दा गिरने के बाद भी तालियां बजती रहें. जिंदगी नहीं मिलेगी दोबारा. So thank you very much. It was a pleasure delivering this talk to you. This is my email ID. This is my cell number. You can always be in touch. You can always give your feedback, any comment, suggestion in the chat box. Any question you can unmute and ask me. Thank you very much for your patient hearing. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Participants, now the forum is open for interaction. I'll just check the chat box.
Any question, any comment, you are most welcome. You can unmute. You can write it in the chat box. Amita, it's possible to unmute for them if they
Yes,
want?
sir. Yes, sir.
Possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Now there's a provision. Earlier, we were not able to unmute. I think I was also not able to unmute because of the same reason.
So as such, participants have given lots of comments, but there is of appreciation. But as such, there is no such question or query or any comment. I think they can unmute themselves and interact with sir.
Maybe either nothing is clear or everything is clear.
Sir, the answer is known to you as well as to every one of us. It's a delight listening to you. Your lectures are so good. So probably it's the first day that they're grasping, and as soon as you come second or third time, then they will have loads of comments and questions and queries.
So I think then we can proceed if there is nothing to ask. So
Yeah,
we
Vinita
can go for
present those
that
thanks.
break if
Yes.
possible.
Thank you very much, sir. It was indeed a pleasure. I think, sir, one participant is raising her hand. We can please take her. Dr. Sangeeta. Ma'am, please unmute and
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
yes.
Yes, good evening, sir.
हाँ संगीता जी कैसे हैं आप? ठीक हैं?
Yes, sir. Fit and fine, sir. I'm also did the PhD from Delhi University in chemistry
अच्छा
from Zakir Hussain College
अच्छा ओ आई सी
and under the supervision of Dr. Sulekh Chandra.
ओके ओके तो आप
Okay.
तो फिर जानते होंगे हम.
Yes, sir. Definitely, sir. आपका नाम बहुत सुना हुआ था हमने उस समय.
अच्छा अच्छा
At
अच्छा
that time, P.N. Kapoor was the head
हाँ.
of Delhi, head of chemistry department.
आजकल कहाँ हैं संगीता आप?
Sir, I'm now in Ingram Girls Degree College, Ghaziabad.
गाजियाबाद. अच्छा अच्छा.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
तो आपका इनऑर्गेनिक स्पेशलाइजेशन है.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
क्योंकि सुलेख का वही होता था है ना,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
क्योंकि उनकी बेटी जो स्वाति थी उन्होंने हमारे ग्रुप में पीएचडी किया था.
Right, right, yes, sir.
हाँ हाँ.
तो बहुत अच्छा लगा मुझे आपसे आज सुनने को मिला.
चलिए सो नाइस ऑफ
बस
यू.
ये इन द टुडे सिनेरियो से स्ट्रेस को कैसे हम ओवरकम करें इन द स्टूडेंट्स.
किस चीज को?
या स्ट्रेस जो उनके दिमाग में स्ट्रेस है कि कैसे हम कुछ कर पाएंगे नहीं कर पाएंगे.
तो ये सारी चीजें जो मैंने पर्सनैलिटी ट्रेट्स बताई हैं ये धीरे धीरे उनको स्ट्रेस को भी ओवरकम करते हैं, वरी को भी ओवरकम करेंगे. असल में हमारे यहाँ ज्यादा फोकस नॉलेज पे इतना होता है कि हम बाकी ऑलराउंड डेवलपमेंट बच्चों की करते ही नहीं है, होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट पे जोर ही नहीं देते. अब तो ये आने वाले स्कूलों की जो एनसीईआरटी की बुक्स आ रही हैं उनमें भी हम ये चीजें एम्फेसाइज कर रहे हैं कि भाई नॉलेज, स्किल्स और पर्सनैलिटी ट्रेट्स सारे की सारे इंपॉर्टेंट हैं और सभी के ऊपर फोकस करना चाहिए ताकि एक बैलेंस्ड इंडिविजुअल प्रोड्यूस कर सके.
Thank you so much, sir. Your
Thank
session
you,
is
thank you,
very nice
Sangeeta.
and knowledgeable.
Thank you, thank
Okay,
you.
okay.
Thank you.
Anybody else would like to interact with sir? You are most welcome, please. Thank you, ma'am. And thank you, sir, for such. And I would like to say that this was the right note setting lecture for NEP orientation and sensitization program. You have given us such an overview of the entire higher education system, not only the higher education system. In fact, you have reflected upon so many aspects of the higher education, university system, colleges, the teachers in the college as a personality, students, learner perspective, experiential learning, technology, and so many more. Sustainability, SDGs. I think the list can go on and on because it, as I said, it has set the note right for the program. And I'm sure our participants would benefit a lot from the lectures that are queued up for them over the next 10 days. And it is always a delight to listen from you and to learn from your wide expertise, sir. Thank you very much once again for sparing time and sharing your immense knowledge with us.
Thank you very much, Vinita. Thank you, and thank you, Babita, also. And thanks everybody, all the participants. Thank you very much. Hope to see you again and all the best. Make the best use of this program. it can be a great learning experience for all of you. And not only just learn or attend, then follow it in your life. It can be a game changer and then pass on the same thing to your students also. That's the basic purpose. Okay, thank you.
So very rightly you have quoted, it is a very important takeaway for a teacher that technology is going to cover up so many aspects of the learner in the classroom. There are so many options from where one can learn, but what a teacher can deliver to the students, that has to be something unique. Then only the learner will be attracted towards the classroom.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for
Thank you.
that.
Okay, then I take leave. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Thank you. And with this, we would like to announce a short break for 10 minutes, and we will be back at exactly 6:45 p.m. and we will continue with the part 2 of today's session. So see you after 10 minutes. Thank you.
ठीक है
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, ma'am. How are you, ma'am?
Yeah, very fine. What about you?
I'm also good, ma'am. We have announced a short break for 8 to 10 minutes because
Okay.
we had time till 6:45. So we will be starting in another minute.
Yeah.
Yes. So, ma'am, you will be taking up the inaugural session now from here on?
Yeah. Because we'll have head of the institutions from our collaborating
Yes, ma'am.
institution. So let us check. Has Professor Naveen Chandra Singh, Principal of SSV College, Hapur, joined?
Yes, ma'am, he's there in the
Acha.
meeting.
Good evening, sir. Maybe if we can put him as co-host. Vinita, dekho jara.
Yes, ma'am.
And Dr. D.S. Sachin, who is the principal of St. Mary's PG College, Vidisha, Madhya Pradesh.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
Dr. K. Rajkiran, principal of Sri Shivani College of Pharmacy from Srikakulam, Andhra Pradesh. So we are having from 3 different states today.
I will request the technical team to please make provision to make all the dignitaries as co-hosts.
कौन है उधर? अंकित है या?
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ अंकित देखो जरा तीनों सर को. And we can see Professor Vedprakash sir also. Good evening, sir. Welcome, please.
हाँ, good evening.
हाँ, आपका सेशन सर थोड़ा सा लेट होगा. We'll start with the inaugural. And you're requested to please, if you have time, please be with us.
नहीं, आप मेरे को you give me a call
हाँ जी.
when you need me, okay?
Right, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Take care. Bye. Thank you.
So I can see Naveen Chandra sir. Good evening, please. Yeah, welcome, please. Can you unmute, sir? Ankit, देखो जरा.
Let's go. Yes.
Yeah,
Good-
now you
good
can
evening.
unmute. Okay. Good evening, sir.
Okay.
Welcome, please. And what about Dr. S. Sachin? Can you also unmute? And same with Dr. K. Rajkiran, sir. Vinita, meanwhile, if you can coordinate with Ankit at the back end. Just, give him a call and Okay, so let us begin.
Ma'am, excuse me.
Yeah, please.
Rajkiran sir has been on another work. So, behalf
Acha,
of
okay, he will not be able to join. Fine.
behalf of the sir, I'll be there with you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, okay. So please make Dr. Roshni also as co-host. Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome, ma'am. And yeah, we'll take. So let me just start with the proceedings.
Hmm.
So good evening, one and all, and very warm welcome to this 57th batch of NEP sensitization and orientation program. Starting from today, 4th June, we will continue this co-learning journey till 12th June 2026. This particular batch is being conducted by UGC-MMTTC at SGTP Khalsa College in collaboration with three premier institutions of our country: SSV College Hapur, Shri Shivani College of Pharmacy, Srikakulam, Andhra Pradesh, and St. Mary PG College, Vidisha, Madhya Pradesh. UGC Malve Mission Teacher Training Center is a center under the Malve Mission Teacher Training Program of Government of India. And this is being done through the Ministry of Education and University Grants Commission. So I welcome you on behalf of Ministry of Education, UGC, to this particular program. The center is located at my own premier institution, Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Khalsa College, a constituent college of University of Delhi. So I welcome you also on behalf of Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Khalsa College and University of Delhi. Every program we start, we seek blessings from Guru Angad Dev Ji, in whose honor is the second of the 10th Sikh Guru, and in whose honor we have kept the center's name. We also remember a stalwart academician, Bharat Ratna Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya Ji, in whose name this entire scheme has been named at the central government level. And this all is being done in the visionary leadership of our Prime Minister Modi Ji. So I welcome each one of you with the virtual bouquet of flower. Starting from all my colleagues who have joined as participants, amongst whom we have many administrators, teachers, research scholars, and others from all over our country, India. Special welcome goes to the three collaborating institutions, their heads, and their entire team. So SSV College Hapur, headed by Professor Naveen Chandra Singh, sir, principal of this college. Welcome, sir, and to your entire team. Also, we have Dr. D.S. Sachan, principal of St. Mary's PG College, Vidisha, Madhya Pradesh, and his entire team. Welcome, sir, and your entire team. Also, Dr. K. Rajkiran in absentia, and this is from Shri Shivani College of Pharmacy, Shri Kulam, and suppose Dr. Roshni will be taking it further on behalf of him. I also acknowledge great contributions of continuous mentoring by our senior team, our patron Padma Bhushan Sardar Talochan Singh sir, who is the chairman governing body of STTP Khalsa College. And we have two stalwart academicians as our mentors of the center, Professor Ved Prakash sir, who will be giving us the next session, and he's the former chairman, University Grants Commission. And you all already have heard Professor A.K. Bakshi sir, founder VC, PDM University, Bahadurgarh, and wearing many other hats as well. I'm also thankful and grateful to Professor Gurmohinder Singh, who is the principal of my college, STTP Khalsa College. And I'm your host, Vimal Rar, and I'll be taking this further with the help of my entire organizing team for this very particular batch. Rather, Professor Sarita Pasi is a regular backhand colleague with me in terms of not only designing, but putting the team together and taking it further. Along with that, we have Professor Babita Kaula and Dr. Vinita Kapoor. Professor Babita Kaula is from Zakir Hussain Delhi College, and Dr. Vinita Kapoor is from Sri Venkateshwara College. They are also regular team members with us. And from SSV College, we have Professor Sangeeta Agarwal and Dr. Deepak Kumar. And from Sri Shivani College of Pharmacy from we have Mrs. K. Roshni, and maybe perhaps some more will join from other institution as well. So I welcome each one of you in this NEP orientation and sensitization program. And before we move further, let us seek blessings from the Almighty. Our center is located at my own college, and the center started in July 2016. It was inaugurated by Smriti Jubin Irani ji, the then Honorable HRD Minister. Since then, we have been working for the cause of the teachers' empowerment. And this entire mission at the national level started from the college as a team when we worked for EPG Pathshala project, where this was given to us in 2013. And from 2013 to 16, we did a mammoth work of e-content production at the postgraduate level. We designed all the content and the 4-quadrant model and had the entire video recording editing in our own studio, the model which is now being replicated across the country. So we successfully developed 89 courses of these 6 subjects, and these becomes even more relevant now because after NEP in the 4th year, we are having many programs coming from the PG. So all these rich resources, not only our 6 subjects, at the UGC level, there were 77 subjects, so you can benefit from this rich content available on infibnet.ac.in. Our team also developed more than 50 MOOCs for the SWAM platform, out of which 42 MOOCs were developed from EPG Pathshala content, and the others we helped in the technical part, video recording, video editing, to other universities like Jawaharlal Nehru University, Guru Nanak Dev University, Amritsar, Mizoram University, Jammu State University, as well as Central University, to name a few. From 2016 to 2020 March, we were fully funded and we were doing face-to-face program. 1st April, we had double the jolt and the challenge coming, which we as a team converted into opportunity, where we had the corona pandemic and this funding was stopped because the ministry was looking into reorganization because NEP 2020 was introduced. So how the new shape? So only on 5th September 2023, we again got the funding, and ours was the one of the very few centers who could survive as the self-sustainable mode. And this was as per the ministry direction. And I'm thankful to all the collaborating institutions and teachers who came forward and learned in this difficult period. Rather, we evolved the entire technology embracement. And I'm thankful to all the colleagues who helped us in organizing team as resource persons and as participants. So I'm happy to share that if you look at how the technology makes a wider reach, from 2016 to 2020, we have around 9,000 plus participants. And from April 2020 onwards, when online and offline both were the phase, we touched more than 1,14,000. So I'm happy to share till date, we have touched around 1,25,000 teachers. And this UGC Malviya Mission Teacher Training Program is now the new name given because prior to this, we were under the PMMTTC scheme as Teaching Learning Center. So there are 2 types of centers now. One are the earlier Human Resource Development Center, which before that they were called as academic staff colleges, located at most of the universities. There are 67 of them. And the ones who were identified with merit proposal coming from different institutions, And ours was the very first college who got this opportunity under pre-MMM NMTT scheme. And looking at our performance, the scheme was extended to other colleges as well. So only the identified ones from PMMM NMTT and all 67 HRDCs were taken. And in the initial 2023, there were 112 centers. I was a part of the committee. I was made a member because of my performance under the PMMM NMTT scheme. And I'm happy to share now I am also the member where we are drafting guidelines for the next 5-year plan, which will be coming very soon. All these programs given by all the centers, now there are around 150 centers, and you can benefit. These are all available on the portal www.mmc.ugc.in. The objectives of this new phase is to improve the quality of teaching at all levels and in all domains, to focus on equity and inclusion in higher education and promote online and digital education, to ensure equitable use of technology, to promote Indian language and culture, to develop basic infrastructure facilities, to create awareness about gender sensitization, to include vocational education in the curriculum, to develop leadership and management skills, and to create pool of mentors and pedagogic experts, and in addition to promote research and multidisciplinary education which can meet the needs of the society. So the vision of this new phase, which has been given a shape to implement NEP 2020, is to build competencies in the faculty for better teaching, learning, and research by exposing them to Indian values, updating knowledge and skills, and aligning teaching, learning, and research with the needs of the society and NEP 2020. So, different Malve Mission Teacher Training Centers, including ours, which is one of the leading center, we conduct not only these NEP orientation and sensitization program, but we conduct 1 month long faculty induction program, 1 week long FDPs or short-term program, and 2 week long refresher program. Now they will be known as mid-career programs. In the financial year 24-25 and 25-26, after the rollout of this new phase, I'm happy to share our center has been at number 1 position in terms of the total number of programs and the number of participants who joined these programs. And recently, we are the only good rated center out of the erstwhile PMMM NMTT center. And our reach is across the country. It's not that we are located in Delhi. We do outreach programs. We try to connect with every teacher. We wish we can touch all the 15 lakh higher education teacher. It is only possible with collaborating institutions. I'm thankful to all the 3 collaborators in this particular batch. If you look at the NEP orientation and sensitization program, the curriculum has been designed by the committee, and there are 10 modules in this: holistic and multidisciplinary education, Indian knowledge system and multilingualism, academic leadership, governance and management, higher education and society, research and development, skill development, student diversity and inclusive education, information and communication technology, autonomy to the institution and choice to the student, and curriculum development, pedagogy, and assessment. So we'll see that how these modules will be covered, some in 1 session, some in 2, and some 3, avoiding the overlap, but they will be running across and getting interconnected as we go further. At this juncture, I will request one of the worthy colleague who has joined, Professor Naveen Chandra Singh sir, Principal of SSV College Hapur, to please welcome everyone and give the inaugural remarks. Over to you, please, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening and a very warm welcome to all of you. I am very thankful that you have invited me for this program. Respected the principal of the college, Professor Gurminder Singh, Director of this program, Professor Bimal Raji, mentors, Professor Ved Prakash ji, Professor A.K. Bakshi ji. It is my privilege to welcome you to this NEP Orientation and Sensitization Program, jointly organized by Khalsa College, Delhi, and our SSB College, Hapur. The National Education Policy 2020 represents a transformative vision for the future of education in India. It aims to create an education system that is holistic, multidisciplinary, flexible, inclusive, and aligned with the need of 21st century. As educator and academic leader, it is our collective responsibility to understand its provisions and translate its vision into effective education practices. This orientation and sensitization program has been designed to provide valuable insights into the principles, objectives, and implementation strategies of NEP 2020. We are privileged to have eminent national level experts and resource persons who will lead inside sessions on the wide range of themes envisaged under the National Education Policy. Ma'am has already discussed all these things about the theme, just holistic and multidisciplinary education, Indian knowledge system, academic leadership. Their valuable insight and experience will enrich our understanding of the transformative vision of NEP 2020 and guide us towards its effective implementation in higher education institutions. On behalf of the organizing institution, I extend to heartfelt welcome to our distinguished guests, resource persons, faculty members, researchers, students, and all the participants. Your presence, I think your presence reflects their commitment to educational excellence and meaningful reform. I sincerely thank the organizing committee and all those who have worked tirelessly to make this program possible. I am confident that the deliberation during the program will be enlightening, productive, and inspiring for all of us. With these words, I once welcome you all and wish the program a grand success. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for your kind words, and looking forward to more collaboration. And thanks for bringing your teachers here, because we think that if there is a change which has to be done as per the NEP 2020, if only handful of teachers join, the entire vision is not percolating down to every teachers, and there's a difficulty in implementing. So when you will see that if the large number of teachers coming from the institution, and we are following many institution, there is a phenomenal change which is happening. So thank you so much. And next I will request, I can see Dr. Sachin from St. Mary PG College, Vidisha, Madhya Pradesh. Welcome, sir. And over to you for your kind remarks.
Thank you, madam. Am I audible, madam?
Yeah, yes, sir, perfectly. Go ahead.
Okay. So first of all, thank you very much for UGC Malvi Mission Teacher Training Center and SGTB Khalsa College, University of Delhi, to provide this wonderful platform for our faculty members and to develop teaching skills under their behavior. See, I would like to say some benefits to the participants, what kind of benefits they can have if they join this FDP, Faculty Development Program, regularly. So I think, in my opinion, three types of advantages, three types of benefit they can have, or participants they can have. The first one is for faculty members. Faculty members, if they continue, all faculty members, all participants, if continue attending this faculty FDP program, so they can enhance their teaching skills. Means what Bakshi sir said. Bakshi said, elaborated so beautifully. Means what kind of teaching skills we should use, what kind of behavior we should have with the students. So by this FDP, our participants can get benefit to enhance their teaching skills by using pedagogical skills. Using pedagogical skills, they can assess case study analysis under their education system. Means suppose some cases there, some different cases there. So then pedagogy tells us how to handle with those kind of students. And this faculty development program tells us how to use technological integration to make our teaching skills better. Means attending these faculty development programs, we can know how to use these technological institutions like digital platforms, and so many things are available right now. So that our faculty members can boost their classroom environment to teach the students. And another thing is that Dr. Bakshi talked about research papers. So research is very essential part of our academics. So I think whatever he talked about research capabilities, so by attending faculty development programs, we can teach our teachers as well as students how to think innovatively, how to prepare research papers, because research makes an institute great. So I think our participants will be very benefited by attending this FDP program. And this FDP program is also beneficial for our students also, because if teachers are very much trained, teachers are knowing all around the things, what is happening in the market. And so many things are happening in the market because our education system is job oriented. After all, we have to provide job to our students in the market. So if we adopt so many things, what means if we know trends of the markets, then we can prepare our students accordingly. They can be capable to have some jobs in the market, open market. And this FDP program is also beneficial for institutions also, because when any institute goes for any type of accreditation like NEP or NIRF, so these certificates are very much essential for obtaining some marks, right? So many things are there, and I would like to request all the participants to continue attending all these sessions of this FDP program, because as I said, these sessions are going to be very beneficial for you, your institution, and your students also, because you can change teaching skills by attending this faculty development program. So thank you very much, madam. And Bakshi sir quoted so many wonderful quotes about the life. So many wonderful, I liked it. And I also write some ghazals. And at last, I would like to say my share about the life. He talked about life is the dust, right? So I think I should quote this share of me. शेर ये है कि चलो राही समेटें अब यूं हंसी यादों के ये टुकड़े, चलो राही समेटें अब हंसी यादों के ये टुकड़े, कि अब शाम होने को है इस दोपहर के बाद, इस शाम होने को है इस दोपहर के बाद. I humbly request all the participants, all the faculty members, please continue attending this FDP program. Because this FDP is going to change your teaching skills, your thought process, how to use tools, how to use technology. So many things are going to happen in the future sessions. So please continue attending. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, SGP College, for providing this platform. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. And on behalf of all the esteemed speaker, I fully give you this promise that we will be doing our best. And not only you have seen Professor Bakshi's session and now Professor Viprakash, sir, you'll see It's not
Mhm.
only the professional front, but we like to motivate our youngsters as well. So thank you for your kind words. And
Thank you.
now I will request Dr. Roshni to please speak a few words on behalf of Dr. K. Rajkiran. Over to you, please. You'll have to unmute, Roshni. You're on mute. Yeah.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, go ahead.
First of all, I'm very thankful for giving this opportunity to our college for collaborating this kind of training. So this training is giving us opportunity in many ways for especially the colleges where they are located in the rural areas. So my college, Shivani College, is located in Srikakulam. Nobody knows it. In Andhra Pradesh, we are the Telugu people actually. So we are very thankful, ma'am, because our college motto is to provide education for the children who are coming from the rural areas, because they even don't know the importance of the education. And this type of training gives us an encouragement, and they give us a courage to improve the knowledge in the students, and we are providing us this kind of training.
Happy New Year.
I think some issue with your connection, Roshni. But
Ma'am,
yeah, no, it's
the-
perfectly fine. Yeah, please.
Yeah. And I also apologize, ma'am, because my sir is not available at this time
Not at
because of
all.
some
I can
important issue.
understand. Yeah, please, please. Yeah, yeah.
Yes,
Please,
yeah,
yeah,
ma'am.
please convey
Thank
my
you.
gratitude to him. And I'm so thankful to you, rather, that you are connecting with us, so many colleagues from a special part of our country. Thank you, Roshni. And
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Uh,
So now I will give you some important information, and then I'll be requesting Professor Ved Prakash sir to be taking his session. But before I do that, this particular program will be running on 8 days, fine. And every day there will be 2 sessions. So we started today, that is 4th June. We'll have 5, 6, then 7 is off, then 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So Sunday we are keeping off from 5 to 8:15 with the in-between break, fine. There are 2 quizzes requirement. The quizzes will be given to you on Sunday. That will be after 12 June. 14th June is Sunday. So anytime from 10 a.m. to 11 p.m. you can attend these quizzes. The link will be given to you in the WhatsApp group. You are required to attend these sessions with your videos on. So please, up to 80% you should be attending. So minor fluctuation, internet connection, we can understand. And the attendance will be taken automatically in Zoom. So please rename yourself if you have joined with some other device. Rename either with your email or your proper name with which you have registered. Otherwise, your attendance may not be marked. So attendance and 2 quizzes are compulsory for completion of this particular program. No grades will be mentioned as per the decision of the UGC guidelines, because we really look forward for all 15 lakh higher education teachers to be joining, including very senior administrators as well. So no grades will be mentioned, but the qualifying marks are 50. If it is below 50, then no certificate will be granted. And this is equivalent to 1 week FDP for CAS requirement. Anyone who requires it for promotional for any stage, it will be valid. These are how the modules will be split. I'll put the screenshot in your WhatsApp group for it. Every session, there will be session-wise feedback. So 16 feedbacks will be there, which you have to fill compulsory. And there will be 3 takeaways that you have to write in every session. I think Professor Bakshi's session, you are fresh, you can write. Otherwise, keep a paper and pen ready. And there will be one overall feedback form, which will give us insight on designing the further programs which will be beneficial to larger community. This is how the certificate will look like as per the template of UGC. If you have not yet joined the WhatsApp group, you can scan this and put. Otherwise, the link is there in the mail. If there is any problem, you can reply on mail. My team is available for you. Before I request, let me just tell. I'll also give one disclaimer from center point of view that during discussions and otherwise, any information which any participant is speaking or the speaker is speaking, if there is some insensitive or incorrect information, the center does not take any responsibility. It will be of the relevant person. So please be very critical. You should not be using any insensitive terms while you are on unmute in this program. And the disclaimer also goes from resource person point of view that their slides, now you have screen capture everything facility. So you cannot upload or stream his or her content without taking his or her written permission. So we should be honoring this. Let me just request her to be joining. And now we move to the second session where I'll be inviting Professor Ved Prakash sir. Although he doesn't need any introduction, but it becomes my duty as well as it becomes a motivating thing for the youngsters who are attending this program, how he has risen to the ladder and taken the highest position. Same happened with the Professor Bakshi also, who took this similar position at Tertiary Education Commission, Mauritius. So Professor Ved Prakash sir is former chairman, University Grants Commission, and he's a distinguished name in Indian academia, has the unique distinction of spearheading the University Grants Commission, which is the apex regulator of higher education in India, in all its three top positions, starting from secretary, then vice chairman and chairman, and that was around 15 years span. Under his stewardship, the UGC made significant strides in the areas of curricular reforms, internationalization, basic scientific research, skill education, gender and social equity in higher education, to name a few. He has to his credit the transformation of NEPA into a university, where he also served as its founder vice chancellor. In his stellar career of around 50 years now, he made seminal contribution as advisor education in Planning Commission of India, chairman National Council for Teacher Education, professor and head DEME NCRT, joint director Staff Selection Commission, Government of India. A US Fulbright scholar, Professor Ved Prakash sir, has been a visiting faculty at University of Windsor, Canada, a guest faculty HIID Harvard University, and consultant to the World Bank. He has the distinction of being an interlocutor under prestigious US International Visitor Leadership Program. He has the honor of serving as a member of the jury for a notable UNESCO APID Venhui Award for Educational Innovation for 10 long years. He represented India in numerous bilateral and multilateral forums in about 30 foreign countries. He has published extensively on a wide spectrum of areas concerning school education, higher education, and education planning and administration. He has been conferred many coveted awards and honors for his contribution in the field of education. So, good evening, Professor Ved Prakash sir, and welcome. I hope sir has joined. Can you please unmute yourself, sir, and put the video on so that we can. Yeah, good evening, sir, and
Good
welcome.
evening.
Yeah,
Good
and
evening.
over to you for giving that dire overview on NEP and reflecting upon the global positioning, how the education is being done other way and how NEP is taking it further.
What are you talking about?
That's how you do it. Global trends in higher education, yeah.
On the one hand, you are talking about global trends. On the other hand, you are asking me to unravel the national education policy.
Okay, so
You are You
as
are
we mentioned, sir.
widening the scope to the extent that all of them will go to sleep actually.
Oh, no, sir, please do as per your, yeah.
I can do that though, but there is a limit to the
Yeah,
span of attention of the participants as well.
We have a series of sessions with you, so we'll, yeah,
Yeah.
please. Thank you.
So today I'm going to talk only about the global trends in higher education. Okay.
Right, sir, please go ahead.
All right. So very good evening to all the participants of this NEP orientation program. I will not take more than 50-60 minutes. I can assure you for that. And I will make certain observations to share with you. I mean, you must be aware of some of those things already. Where do we stand vis-a-vis the global trends of higher education? You all will agree that we have long been recognized as a cradle of knowledge, wisdom, and intellectual inquiry. As a country, where sages and scholars and philosophers made profound contributions across disciplines such as science, mathematics, astronomy, metallurgy, medicine, economics, philosophy, spirituality, and whatnot. Its enduring emphasis seeking knowledge, wisdom, and truth remains a defining characteristics of India's civilization ethos, shaping not only our own society but also influencing the global trends. It was the intellectual and the spiritual prowess of ancient India that used to attract scholars from far and wide to its various centers of learning, be it Takshila, which at present is in Pakistan, Nalanda, and Vikramshila. Indian scholars during that period shaped different areas of study through their conceptually profound and ground-breaking work showing the way to the world. All those breakthroughs at that point in time were made through observational, philosophical, and experiential research, much before such an approach took roots in other parts of the world. This is about our ancient Indian knowledge system. I will leave it for the other experts to reflect on this subject in greater detail, but I wanted to make a beginning from there that we were pioneers for about 1800 years actually. But the transition that has happened in our country, it's not a natural phenomenon actually. It has happened because of historical disruptions. We were invaded by the foreign rulers, and then another system was imposed on us during the colonial time, and we are still continuing with that system, which we find hard actually under the present circumstances, and many a time we think that the system that we had adopted during the colonial period was not in sync with the social and physical realities of our country. We are a great country, undoubtedly. I mean, where education, equality, and social justice used to be the main subjects of discourse even during our freedom struggle. And we know that, no nation can progress without increasing the number of educated and skilled workforce. And no nation can progress without expanding the frontiers of knowledge through research and innovation. And therefore, the education system must serve these dual purposes. On the one hand, we have to widen the human base, and on the other hand, we have to expand the frontiers of knowledge. And which is why today education is no longer considered a personal privilege. It is a social demand. And we have said it several times through our different commissions and committees reports. In fact, the Education Commission, which is a very wonderful document, and if you get an opportunity, you, I think, should go through that document. The Education Commission in 1966 envisaged the social function of education in the context of nation building, for forging a sense of unity in diversity, and for building a shared citizenship based on democratic, social, secular, and egalitarian principles. In fact, we were warned about the stratification of the society by the Kothari Commission. We still continue to, we continue to live in a highly stratified society wherein the chances of individuals' mobility are narrow and restricted. And this is neither good from economic perspective nor from political perspective. We must make sincere efforts to embrace right kind of education which ensures equality of educational opportunity. Now, the society has played a very significant role in shaping the education. Education does not exist in a vacuum, actually. It grows out of social values, needs, and realities. Society has always played a very prominent role in education from early times to date. Society helps in setting values and goals. Society shapes up curriculum and content. Society provides resources and support. Society influences teaching methods. Society plays a role in setting the moral tone of education. Society also acts as an agent of change, actually. Most of the leading institutions of the world are the creation of this society. And those who established societies, those who established universities and colleges, they are the ones who get truly immortalized in this world. People still remember very fondly Jamsetji Tata, who established Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore in 1909. People remember very respectfully Pandit Madan Mohan Malviya ji, who set up Banaras Hindu University in 1916. People also admire the work done by Sir Syed Ahmad Khan, who established Aligarh Muslim University in 1920. Similarly, Thakur Rabindranath Tagore, who established Shanti Niketan in 1921. The point is that the relationship between the society and the education and the institutions is reciprocal. Society supports education. Educational institutions and educational institutions have the responsibility to take the society to the next stage of development. Having said that, I would like to share two anecdotes wherein the societal aspirations were shared at the global level. One was after the end of World War I in 1924, when the world leaders assembled in the city of Geneva, and they adopted a number of resolutions. Of them, one which relates to education has 3 points. I would like to quote that. They said that children must be provided the tools for their natural development. Those who are backward must be supported by the nation states, and that the children must be placed in a position wherefrom they can make a decent living. World was again pushed into another war in 1939, and this time the second societal aspirations and expectations were aired during the during the Paris Convention in 1948, after the end of World War II. It was adopted by the UN in the form of Universal Declaration of Human Rights. I would want you to go through that document. It's a wonderful document. There is an Article 26 which has 3 parts. Part A relates to education. Part 2 relates to values, and part 3 relates to parental guidance. I would like to quote part 1, which has 5 parts. It says that everyone has the right to education. I quote, everyone has the right to education. That elementary education shall be made compulsory. Elementary education or foundational education shall be made available free of charge. Professional and technical education shall be made accessible to the eligible population. And higher education shall be equally accessible to all on the basis of merit. Unquote. I would like to draw your attention to the word merit, which they have used in regard to higher education. They did not talk about merit insofar as elementary education or professional and technical education is concerned, meaning thereby the vocational education, but they talked specifically about merit. If you carry out a dispassionate analysis of the higher education system of the developed economies, you would find that they seem to have evolved their education system around these stipulations. What does it mean? It means that they have universalized their school education. Somewhere it is of 13-year duration, but in most of the cases it is of 12-year duration. They have also created outstanding facilities for technical and vocational education, undoubtedly. And when it comes to higher education, they have ensured that merit takes precedence over everything else. But when we carry out an honest analysis of our own system, we find that we are still struggling with the universalization of elementary education in the country, in spite of 78 years of independence. Every class happens to be a terminal class for some children. We have not been able to create sufficiently reliable and valid facilities for professional and technical education. And when it comes to higher education, barring a few institutions of higher learning in our country, most of our institutions fall in the category of learning system, wherein the knowledge created elsewhere is transmitted and certified. We have a big challenge to transform these institutions into the knowledge category, actually, from learning system to the knowledge system. Now, I will like to share with you some highlights of the global data report brought out by UNESCO. The global data report suggests that the cost of higher education, if remains within the reach of the common man, it will not only increase the social demand, it will also improve educational attainments, educational standards. Remember this, they have made a very specific and very, very important observation. I would like to reiterate it once again, that if you make the cost of education within the limits of the common man, it will not only increase the social demand, it will also improve the educational standards. UNESCO has carried out a survey of 146 member states, and they have found out that of them, 41 countries have made higher education free by law. And if you look at these 41 countries, all of them are not affluent countries. Some of them are low income and lower middle income countries, but they have the political commitment, and which is why they have made higher education free of charge by law. In a country like ours, or for that matter, any developing economy, such a system will give greater dividends. We were also providing higher education at a very affordable cost for about 5 long decades, commencing from 1947-48 until 1990. But after we entered into the era of liberalization, privatization, and globalization, we find that the cost of higher education has increased in leaps and bounds. And I mean, children find it extremely difficult. I think the challenge before us is to come up with policies and programs through which we can meet out the post-admission requirements of the children who are getting enrolled in different sets of institutions, be it a private university or a public university. Even the cost of higher education in public institution has also gone very, very high now. This can be done with the support of the society, with the support of the central government, and with the support of the provincial government, without which we cannot subsidize the cost of education, and education will continue to be beyond the reach of the common man. This is the biggest challenge before us today. The second thing is about the participation rates, actually. If you look at the participation rates of children in our country, we have attained 28.4% gross enrollment ratio. There are about 16 crore children in the age cohort of 18 to 24 in our country. Of them, only 4.4 crore children are enrolled in higher education as per the data released by the Ministry of Education, which is 12 percentage point less than the global average. Global average happens to be 40%. There are countries in this world wherein the gross enrollment ratio in higher education in them is as high as 85% and 87% and 76%. You look at the OECD countries, look at the United States of America, look at Canada, look at Great Britain. And therefore, now we have set a goal for ourselves in the national education policy that by 2035, we will attain the gross enrollment ratio of 50%. Taken 78 long years to reach from less than 1% gross enrollment ratio to 28.4% gross enrollment ratio. And now in the next 9 years, we want to achieve 50% gross enrollment ratio. But if the business remains as usual, if we continue to grow at the composite annual growth rate of around 3.6%, we shall attain only 41% gross enrollment ratio. We will still be short of 9 percentage point than the goal, than the cherished goal, than the goal of the National Education Policy 2020. How can we do that? We shall have to adopt a multi-pronged strategy. Number one, we shall have to maximize the residual capacity of existing institutions, because the average size of a college, according to the ministry's data, is less than 500. Average size of a university is less than 3,000. So we need to maximize the residual capacity of these institutions by way of increasing their intake capacity, by way of providing them additional resources, physical as well as human. The second strategy could be that we can set up newer institutions in areas wherein the institutional density per 100,000 population is less than the state average or national average. We have huge variations. There are places, pockets in our country wherein the number of higher educational institutions per 100,000 population is as high as 49 and as low as 7. The third strategy could be that we can have a fusion of the offline mode of delivery with ODL mode of delivery and with online mode of delivery. And we shall have to grow at an annual growth rate of 5.2%. Only then we shall be able to realize the cherished goal of the National Education Policy 2020. I'll switch over to another important feature of higher education, that is the gender parity. Globally, the participation rates of girls has increased at a faster pace than than the boys. The global data report reveals that the gross enrollment ratio of women in higher education has increased from 19% to 41%, as against from 19% to 37% among boys. We also see similar kind of trends in our country. I mean, our country also, if you look at the figures of the ministry, you would find that the gross enrollment ratio of girls is higher, though very marginally in fractions, but it is higher than that of boys. We have states like Tamil Nadu and Punjab and some other, wherein the participation rates of girls is higher, several notches higher than that of boys. For instance, in Punjab, as against 25% among boys, the participation rates of girls is 31%. Now, this requires a proactive approach for the purposes of maintaining the gender parity and enhancing the gender parity in STEM disciplines. If you see the participation rates of girls in STEM disciplines, you find that their participation rates, though it is increasing steadily, but it is still lesser than the boys in exact sciences, in technology, in engineering, in mathematics. And if you look at the participation rates of girls in premier institutions, you find that their participation rates is much lower than that of boys. And therefore, it requires interventions not only at the higher education level, where we can give some leverage to the girls insofar as their enrollments are concerned, but it also requires intervention at the school stage. If the girls are not going to go for exact sciences and mathematics at the secondary stage, and if the transition rates of girls is not going to increase, then their participation rate will not increase in higher education. Therefore, it warrants interventions, appropriate interventions, incentivization, both at school level and also at higher education level. The another issue is about the number of higher educational institutions, growth of the higher education. It is revealed by the UNESCO data report that there are about 88,000 higher educational institutions in the world. We have the largest number of higher educational institutions in the world. We are the largest system in terms of number of higher educational institutions. We have around 1,465 degree awarding institutions in the name of institutions of national importance, central universities, state universities, institutions named to universities, and colleges offering undergraduate and postgraduate programs. If you put all of them together, our number touches 50,000. United States of America is the second largest with about 6,000 higher educational institutions. The third largest happens to be China with about 3,000 higher educational institutions. We are the second largest in terms of students enrollment with about 4.4 crore children enrolled in higher education. China happens to be the first with 49 million students enrolled in higher education. The United States of America is the third system in terms of students enrollment. The another issue which is bothering us is about the skilling gaps. The fourth industrial revolution, impelled by the technological advancements, artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, robotics, and emerging technologies, they have created humongous gaps across all industries, and which is why in the policy we have laid greater emphasis on giving vocational orientation to education, both at school level and higher education level. There is a report revealed by the Harvard Business School, released by the Harvard Business School, which reveals that it is a reflection on our system. This report says that only 8% of our graduates are in the roles matching their qualifications, and that 50% of our graduates are working either as clerks or sales agents or delivery boys and delivery girls. I think we have to lay down a lot of emphasis for giving vocational orientation to education, and which is why there is an emphasis in the National Education Policy 2020. The another important aspect is about the inclusivity in higher education. We know that, the World Health Organization data reveals that there are about 1.4 billion people in the world having some kind of physical disability. And if you compare the data of the bachelors having physical disabilities, you find that while in the United States, around 24% children with physical disabilities are the bachelor's degree holder, and in Great Britain, it is around 21%. In our country, only 3% girls with physical disabilities and 6% boys with physical disabilities are the bachelor's degree holder. We know that the education of the children with physical disabilities is hindered by multiple factors. It is not only the access, it is the prejudices and discrimination and the kinds of infrastructure that we create there. I think we need to learn a great deal from the Western world, which have improvised their labs and workshops in the manner needed to provide access to the physically challenged children in higher education. The another thing is about the diversification of higher education. We have talked about it in the National Education Policy, diversification in terms of student population. We have gone to the extent in the policy that each institution will have a separate office for the international students. And but when we look at the international students number in our country, we find that we stand nowhere actually. There are countries which continue to be the most sought after destination. For instance, United States of America, which is hosting around 1 million international students, remains the most sought after destination for international students. So is Canada, so is Australia, so is Great Britain. And in the recent past, you would have also seen or realized that South Korea and Singapore have also emerged as the hub for the international students. When we look at our own system, we find that we are hosting hardly around 50,000 students, international students, and most of them come from the neighboring countries, and most of them come for the undergraduate programs, very few for the postgraduate and for the doctoral programs. And therefore, what we need to do is that we need to come up with proactive policies like these countries have done it. We need to switch over to different kinds of system to attract the international students, because there are enormous benefits. When we grow in the company of people coming from diverse background, we learn a great deal. And that has been the purpose for establishing universities and colleges and schools actually. The diversification of campuses in terms of student population throws up multiple challenges. Of them, one is that we shall have to articulate a well-designed, flexible learning pathway, like the Western world has done it. We have not yet done it. We have made a small beginning by way of offering multiple entry and multiple exit options, but that is not enough insofar as flexible learning pathways are concerned. There are about 11 flexible learning pathways you can see at the global level. We don't have any. The second challenge comes from the diversification of campuses is the disparities in academic attainments. The Western world realized it much earlier when they started internationalizing their education, that each learner has her own learning trajectory and that each learner requires a structured and personalized approach of learning, and which warrants that we should come up with the subject-specific benchmarking of learning outcomes, wherein learning outcomes in terms of cognitive, non-cognitive are enumerated, and those learning outcomes are realized actually. So subject experts in the Western world have broken down the curricular provisions in terms of cognitive learning outcomes, in terms of non-cognitive learning outcomes, in terms of the affective and psychomotor learning outcomes. And then they also, evolved appropriate pedagogical approaches, using appropriate pedagogical aids, evolving appropriate assessment methods to certify the students as threshold level of learners, typical level of learners, and outstanding level of learners. That is what we need to do. And therefore, subject-specific benchmarking of learning outcome must be the priority agenda of reform in our educational institutions if we really wish to diversify our campuses. The third thing related to this is that we shall also have to scale up the abilities of the teachers so that teachers can provide differential treatments to the common sense learners, to the analytic learners, to the dynamic learners, because in any class you will not find similar kind of students. There will be heterogeneity in terms of their level of attention, their level of attainments, their level of seriousness. The another thing that I would like to reflect upon is about the approach of teaching and learning. For long, we have been, most of our institutions, barring a very few, we have been continuing with the disciplinary approach of teaching and learning. The time has come when we need to transit from disciplinary approach to interdisciplinary approach of teaching and learning. And this would warrant integrated curricular provisions where we need to dissolve the boundaries between the disciplines. We need to evolve strategies when students start connecting knowledge of one discipline with another discipline and come up with their own theories and principles to address the real world complex issues. Some institutions have done it very well. But most of our institutions are still continuing with the disciplinary approach of teaching and learning. There are significant benefits. Of course, I do agree that there are challenges in its implementation, but it is worthwhile an endeavor, and therefore we should do that. The Western world has done it. If you look at the curricular provisions of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, Boston, or if you look at Harvard University, Cambridge, or you look at Oxford and Stanford or University of California, Berkeley, you would find that they are the organizations which have integrated disciplines like philosophy with biotechnology, philosophy with law, philosophy with artificial intelligence, similarly sociology. So I think the biggest challenge before us to become a vibrant system of higher education is to switch over to interdisciplinary approach of teaching and learning. I will again say that there are challenges. We shall have to provide proper orientation to the teachers. We shall have to revisit the existing curricular provisions. We shall have to resort to thematic approach of teaching and learning. We shall have to have project-based teaching and learning. And in certain cases, we shall have to have team teaching as well. This is how the interdisciplinary teaching and learning can be done. And here I would like to share with you that if you look at the list of the Nobel Prize winners of the last 2 decades, you would find that large number of the Nobel Prize winners are those who have defied the basic boundary of a particular discipline. So the world has reached at that stage. and the leading countries have already embraced this approach. The another point that I would like to share with you is about research. Universities have the dual responsibilities. On the one hand, they have to prepare the educated and skilled workforce, but on the other hand, they also have to create new knowledge. And if you look at the share of different countries in global research, you would have seen that it was United States of America which continued to dominate at the global level in terms of their share in global research. But in the recent past, what happened that China has outpaced United States of America in terms of their share in global research. China's share in global research rose to 20% as against 17% of the United States of America. China started publishing around 1 million research papers annually. United States of America publishes around 750,000 research papers annually. We are publishing around 275,000 research papers annually, and our share in global research is around 8%. But you will have to look at it from a different perspective. How much China is spending on research and development, how much United States of America is spending, and how much are we spending? If you Google, you will find out that United States of America is spending around 3.56 or 65 of their GDP on research and development. And look at the size of the economy of that country. Humongous. China is spending around 2.46% of their GDP on research and development. And we are spending 0.65% of our GDP on research and development. But even with such a meager investment, our teachers, our scientists are still contributing, around 275,000 research papers annually. If they are provided greater resources on a prolonged basis, like China has done it, our teachers and scientists have enormous potential to increase our share substantially at the global level. So that is what needs to be done. We need to invest more for research and development. Though in the policy we have talked about 3 types of institutions, that we will have some research intensive universities, some teaching intensive universities, and colleges, autonomous colleges with degree awarding powers. But research intensive university requires greater amount of resources. China started this crusade in 1995 with the launch of Project 211, and then they amended it in 1998 through Project 985. And then in 2017, they made third change in and now come up with the double first class project, under which they provide lot of resources to their institutions on a prolonged basis, because research is a very serious business. It requires resources and resources on a prolonged basis. So that is what we also need to do in order to increase our share in global research. The last point that I would like to reflect upon is about the investment that we are making on education. We had made a commitment long time ago at the global level that we will be spending 6% of the GDP on education. Kothari Commission reiterated that commitment in terms of one of the recommendations in its report in 1966. And Kothari Commission mentioned that by 1986, we should be spending 6% of the GDP, starting in a phased manner. But that goal remains a distant dream. We are still and there are countries, look at United States of America, which continues to spend more than 6% of their GDP on education, Canada, Australia, Great Britain. China is spending much more than us. I think we also fulfill that commitment, which we have reiterated in the National Education Policy 2020 as well. We are spending only 4.12% of our GDP on education. And if you split it across three sectors, elementary education, secondary education, and higher education, you would find that we are spending around 1.89% on elementary education, 1.04% on secondary education, and 0.52% on general higher education, and 0.77% on technical higher education. I think we should impress upon the dispensation to provide greater resources to enable us as a nation state to compete at the global level, and we should fulfill the commitment that we had made globally. The last thing that I would like to say is that we need to provide futuristic orientation to higher education by way of maximizing the residual capacity of existing institutions, by way of coming up with the new educational offerings, which we call market-oriented programs. But at the same time, we also need visionary leadership, which can strike a balance between the market-oriented programs and the basic domains of knowledge like language and humanities and social sciences and economics. And that we should we should scale up the abilities of the teachers to come up with technology-mediated teaching, learning strategies. And only then we would be able to compete in this fiercely competitive world. The last point that I would like to say is world experience tells us that the education thrives only when education remains in the hands of educationists. When education is placed under the tight control of the political, commercial, or administrative entities, people who do not have classroom experiences, people who do not know how to design the curriculum, what are the approaches of curriculum development, people who do not know how to evolve the assessment tools, then the consequences could be deeply damaging and far-reaching. I'll stop by this observation. And now I will like to take the questions from the participants. I have shared with you multiple things. I have given you where do we stand vis-a-vis others in terms of the Indian higher education system. I have also suggested some remedial measures according to my own understanding. You can add to them. You can ask now questions. Besides questions, you can also make observations if you so desire. So the floor is yours. Vinita, I think you are anchoring from that side.
Yes, sir.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
All right. So I'm ready to take the questions now.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I would now request the participants to kindly raise their hands and unmute. And please feel free to interact with sir.
Yeah. They seem to be hungry now. They want to run away from the screen, eh? This is the problem with us.
Sir, here I would like to make one small observation.
Observation. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Actually, your lecture has been a real eye-opener for the teaching fraternity. There is so much scope.
I don't want, Vinita, the compliment. I want you to raise questions. You must be having multiple questions in your minds. Why do you shy away from asking questions? This is such a wonderful opportunity for you guys to to push the speaker against the wall, actually. I mean, we are passing through such hard times. There are so many challenges, actually. And even after listening to such an elaborate discourse on higher education, I mean, you guys are not asking questions. It is highly demotivating. I mean, for me at least. I want you to reflect I want you to raise your queries. See, what is the purpose of these programs actually? The program is not only to mark the attendance, the program is to share our experiences, share our mind, share our thoughts, so that we can be benefited from each other's experiences. I have spoken for 60 minutes and you are not asking a single question. I mean, really. Anyway, I can't say anything more than that, Vinita. So you can go ahead.
Anybody from the participants would like to interact with sir? The platform is open and we rarely get an opportunity like this. Please go ahead.
We are very shy people, actually.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Yeah. I'm happy at least.
Sir, I would like to. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are. Professor Roshni, eh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Sir,
Yes.
you have told me one point which is triggering me. You have told that girls' rate participation is lesser than boys' rate participation.
In STEM disciplines.
Yes, sir. So how
And
could we
also,
overcome?
yes, I have also suggested the strategy for that. See, if the participation rates of girls is less in STEM disciplines, and if the participation rates of girls is less in premier institutions, we have a twin problem in our country actually. If you look at the profile of the premier institutions like IITs and ICERs and some leading central universities and state universities, you will find that their number is smaller than that of boys. Now, what does it mean? It means that we are not getting sufficient number of secondary graduate girls to enter into higher education. And therefore, the first intervention that is required at the school level. Universities should come forward and organize the orientation programs for the school-going girls to tell them the benefits of it and to motivate them, to direct them to go in for basic sciences. Then they should also be incentivized in terms of scholarship, in terms of giving them fee waivers, etc. So we shall have to work at two places, points. One is to ask them to go in larger number for basic sciences, and to help them transit in more in number at the secondary stage. That should be the strategy at the school level. The second approach, the second strategy has to be at the higher education level, wherein we can have, for instance, IITs do that. In order to increasing the intake capacity of the girls in their programs, they lower the bar, okay, for the girls. And they have, we can have reservation for them, but reservation alone is not enough. We also need to help them meeting out the post-admission needs, which could be in terms of scholarships, in terms of other kinds of help. And therefore, it requires interventions at both the levels, at the school level and also at the higher education level. We should have more number of scholarships for the girls pursuing basic sciences. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right. Thank you, Roshni. You have asked one question at least.
Thank you, Roshni. Dr. Rajni Mittal is also raising her hand. Ma'am, please unmute.
Ma'am, Professor Mittal, please go ahead. I'm not able to see her on the screen.
Good evening, sir. Only one question is, how will NEP improve the quality of higher education in India?
Say it once again, Professor Mittal.
How will NEP improve the quality of higher education in India?
NEP will not improve. NEP is a policy, actually.
Yeah.
Try to understand the difference. You will improve the quality of higher education in the country. NEP is a document wherein we have expressed our intents.
Okay.
What we would like to do. For instance, we would like to increase the gross enrollment ratio by 2035. We would like to switch over to interdisciplinary teaching and learning. We will have 3 types of institutions. We will have academic bank of credit. They are all intents. That is the purpose of the policy. Policy cannot improve. Interventions would improve. Policy provides the guidance, actually. Policy helps us in decision making. Policy job is to keep us on the right track. Okay. Don't think that the policy will bring about the qualitative improvement. Policy lays down the platform. It would be done on the strength of the policy implementers, and you are the policy implementers. You should try to understand the spirit of the intent of the policy and then translate it into reality.
Okay.
Through actions. So the responsibility lies with both the teachers and also the executives.
Okay, we will implement.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Any other questions? Prashant, you are raising your hand. Yeah. Prashant.
Yes, sir. Very good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Am I audible to you?
Yes, you are audible, Professor Sagar. Yeah.
Sir, my question is a little different.
No problem. No problem. Go ahead.
Actually, there is a transformation journey when a 12th pass student enters a college or university.
Yeah.
So lately, OSM, on screen marking system, was introduced. And it was intended to ensure digital and error-free evaluation.
Okay.
And the process and guidelines regarding verification of marks, obtaining scanned copies of evaluated answer sheets, and re-evaluation should have been communicated more clearly to students and parents and teachers.
Yes.
Additionally, evaluators should have comprehensive and standardized training to ensure consistency, transparency, and accuracy in the assessment process.
Correct.
So, clear communication and well-trained examiners are essential for maintaining students' confidence in the evaluation system. And that was not there. Teachers were not provided any kind of training program for the OSM.
I couldn't agree more with you, Professor Prashant Sagar. You are very right. We have not yet been able to create a foolproof system through which we can do it, nor we have been able to scaling up the abilities of the teachers to be more objective, transparent. I mean, it is the fault of the system, Professor Prashant. Many a time, in order to be seen doing something new, we do things in a hurried manner, and then we end up with problems like the one which you are visualizing on the television screens today. And
exactly.
And Prashant, this is a very it's a problem which need why the Western world does not have this kind of a problem. They trust their teachers. There are no boards. There are school boards, but their job is not to conduct the examination. The certification is done by the individual teacher. The teacher who teaches the student for, year-long time. Who could be a better assessor of a student than her teacher? We have demolished that system Let me share with you that when we established the first 5 IITs, the IITs were not conducting the entrance examinations. They were testing the results of the boards, the credibility of the state board.
Boards, yeah.
The credibility of the state board of school education was of that order. But we are in the habit of putting the safety walls. When we run into difficulty, we come up with some alternative mechanism without setting that right. That is the problem. And I agree with you, your observation. You are very right, actually. Which is why we have landed into difficulty. Look, I mean, one child was showing his answer script on the TV screen and saying that I attempted question number 7 first, and I was marked in regard to question number 1, actually, which was of lesser mark. Those kinds of, it means what are we doing? That we are not looking at the response properly. We are committing such big mistakes. We have created a parallel system of schooling, parallel system of education, because we have not fixed the system right at the initial stage, and we keep on looking at the alternative mechanism. People are not questioning, why should you have a centralized system of entrance examination? Have you ever studied the social implications of the centralized system of entrance examination? You have not thought about it. I mean, children who have labored hard for 12 long years, who have displayed outstanding performance year after year from grade 1 through grade 12, that is not taking into consideration. The consideration is zeroing only on the performance in the entrance examination. And the art of cracking those entrance examination is taught through the coaching classes. And the children, majority of the children do not have access because they are not having sufficient resources. They do not have access to those kinds of places. So we have not studied the social implication of centralized system of examination on the one hand. And on the other hand, you are taking away the autonomy of the individual institution. It should be the autonomy of the individual institution. What kind of students are they going to recruit? What kind of competencies, prerequisites, skills they would like to see in the new entrants? Why should that responsibility be entrusted to someone else? These are the questions which require greater discourses and greater debates actually at the national level. With a single stroke of a pen, we have started the centralized system of entrance examination for all the central universities. There are universities which are not getting sufficient number of students actually. University is a social institution. It has to create learning ambience within the social context actually. Where does it exist? It has to cater to the society. And which is why when you go to, I mean, one central university in Koraput and another in Kasargod in Kerala, I mean, you face the problem. You are not able to fill in the seats. Anyway, it's a serious matter which needs to be deliberated upon. But we are not talking about the social implications. We are talking of, we are, I mean, entangled into very trivial issues during our TV debates, etc. on these subjects.
Yes, good evening, sir. Sangeetika here.
Sangeeta, yeah, please
Yes,
go ahead.
good evening, sir. Sir, you are discussing all the pros and cons of higher education and difficulty levels of all the implementation. But the today's scenario, that every girl or every boy wants to earn earlier. After completing their only degree courses, they have no patience to do the PG courses or higher research level.
There is nothing wrong about it,
Correct.
Sangeeta.
That's
There's
why
not.
we are lacking in the research field.
No. There is nothing wrong. See, the number of people pursuing research is always a minuscule proportion of the entire universe.
Right,
Okay?
sir.
It is everywhere. Everyone doesn't go for research. Only people who have an aptitude for it, who have a hunger for it, would like to go in for research. And we are a democracy, and therefore you can't force people to go in for postgraduate programs and for research programs. They may have some social compulsions that they want to enter into the world of work to support their family. So there's nothing wrong, pressure about it, actually. Okay?
They are patience-less.
Yeah.
But sir, in addition to what ma'am has asked and what we are discussing, sir, one very contrasting state of affairs is that for promotions, teachers are evaluated on basis of research rather than the teaching.
Yeah.
That is also sometimes very like
Vinita, you are combining two different issues, actually. See, once you have entered into the teaching profession as a teacher, you are expected to teach well. You are also expected to contribute to the creation of a new knowledge in your area of specialization. Now, your concern is that we give more weightage to research and less weightage to teaching. That is the fault of the system. If a teacher does not have access to the research facilities, but he's teaching very well, the credit should go of the same amount to him or her as well. I'm of that opinion, actually. Okay. But if you have the research facilities and you have access to the research and you have the research ambience, I mean, you should pursue research as well. Both are equally important. And let me tell you one thing, they complement each other. A good teacher, I mean, we need a good teacher, but we also need a good researcher. And in an educational situation, you will not find it in one-on-one basis. Actually, there will be some people who are very outstanding researchers, but they may not be as outstanding teachers as researchers, and vice versa. So in any educational situations, these kinds of permutations and combinations you would find everywhere, even in the most leading institutions. For instance, I'll give you the personal example, which I have noticed, not personal example, but I know of the situation of Massachusetts University in Amherst in United States of America. One of the professors does not take a single class. He has developed expertise in developing good research proposals. So his job is only that, and he brings a lot of resources to the university. There was a strike on the campus of the university when the students expressed their desire that they would like to be taught by him. And he readily agreed, but the management convinced the students that he is doing much better a job for the institution. We need resources. He has special abilities. He has special skills, and we are trying to make the most out of that capacity. So leave him free. I mean, these are very freak examples, though, but they're there. But I agree with you. I mean, teaching should not be overshadowed. Good teaching should not be overshadowed completely by research.
yes, sir. As such, there is no quantification or any matrices for measuring that. And like every time we are filling our parts, it is only there's a column for how many research papers,
Papers
Scopus
have you published?
and
Yeah.
all, Web of Science indexed. That's what I was mentioning.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody else would like to interact with sir? Otherwise, we will be closing for the day. And please remember to fill the feedback forms for both the sessions. They are available in the chat box.
Okay, Vinita, thank you very much, and good night to everyone. Okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, sir, for sparing your valuable time and enlightening us with your thoughts. And I'm sure our listeners had a great time learning from your perspective with such vast knowledge in different facets of the education sector that you have had and you have shared with us today. Thank you very much once again, sir.
You're welcome. Good night.
Good night, sir. So, dear participants, we will be closing for the day. Please fill the feedback forms for both the sessions that are available in the chat box, and we will be connecting again tomorrow at 5 p.m. Thank you and good night.
मैडम चैट बॉक्स खुल नहीं रहा है, कृपया आप व्हाट्सएप वाले पे भी डाल दीजिए, क्योंकि चैट बॉक्स में लोडिंग में मैसेज में कोई दिक्कत आ रही है। आई थिंक सो मैम।
ओके सर, वी विल पुट इट इन द व्हाट्सएप ऑल्सो, बट मैं एक बार अभी फिर से जूम चैट में डाल देती हूँ। आप देखिए अगर आपको विजिबल है या नहीं।
नहीं, उसमें लोडिंग आ रही है, मैं काफी टाइम से देख रहा था मैसेजेस, तो दे कैंट बी ओपन। ओके
मैम, आपने जो व्हाट्सएप ज्वाइनिंग लिंक भेजा है उस पे ज्वाइन नहीं हो रहा है।
हाँ, और एक व्हाट्सएप वाला भी प्रॉपरली नहीं हो रहा है, बट वो ऑटोमेटिक कहीं से किया है तो हुआ है।
मैम, मैं आपके क्वेरीज सारी कन्वे कर दूंगी। हु इज देयर फ्रॉम द टेक्निकल टीम? प्लीज लुक इनटू द इश्यूज। पार्टिसिपेंट्स, अंकित, आर यू देयर?
यस मैम।
हाँ, प्लीज एड्रेस द प्रॉब्लम्स दैट आर
मैम हो
बीइंग।
गया तो प्रॉब्लम अब ठीक है एकदम। बट मैं डाल दूंगा व्हाट्सएप में, डाल दूंगा मैम।
हाँ,
अंकित
आप
जी, पर चैट बॉक्स ओपन नहीं हो रहा है, प्लीज सी दिस ऑल्सो।
मैम
ओके सर,
अभी
कोई नहीं,
अभी
मैं आपको व्हाट्सएप में डाल।
अभी मैम इसको ओपन रखिएगा, हम अभी जस्ट फीडबैक फॉर्म फिल कर रहे हैं।
हाँ जी, नो
ओके मैम।
प्रॉब्लम, आप कर लीजिए फिल।
नहीं आ रहा, मेरे में तो नहीं आ रहा चैट बॉक्स में।
आपको
सर मैं
हम
व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में सेंड कर दूंगा।
हाँ कीजिए प्लीज।
सर
मैम मैं
वो
व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप में ऐड नहीं हो पा रहा।
व्हाट्सएप
क्या
ग्रुप
आप
में ऐड ही
दोबारा
नहीं हो पा रहे हैं सर।
यस मैम, नॉट ओपन चैट बॉक्स। आपने जो मेल के थ्रू व्हाट्सएप लिंक भेजा था मैम, वो ओपन नहीं हो रहा, वो इनकरेक्ट है।
यस मैम।
मैंने अभी ग्रुप में लिंक
देखिए
भेज
कि
देते हैं।
जो लिंक है वो एक्टिव हो और सब पार्टिसिपेंट्स ज्वाइन कर पाए।
ओके मैम, मैं भेज देता हूँ, ठीक है।
हाँ, एक बार
सर
आप
वेट कीजिए,
दोबारा
आप ऐड हो जाएंगे ग्रुप में।
नहीं सर, बाय मेल भेजोगे या
प्रॉब्लम है।
कैसे भेजोगे आप लिंक?
सर मैं सर आप मेरे को पर्सनल, मेरे को नंबर पे ना मेरे को हेलो लिख के भेज दीजिए, आप मेरा नंबर नोट कर लीजिए।
हाँ जी सर, बोलिए।
9211
9
211
211
478186।
478186।
यस सर।
सर मेरा भी
एक
कर
बार
लीजिए प्लीज।
यस मैम।
एक
सब
बार और रिपीट कीजिए, एक बार और रिपीट कीजिए।
सर 9211
9211। ओके
478186।
हाँ,
यस सर, मेरा भी नोट कर लीजिए व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप के लिए।
मैम मैं आपको
966।
आप सभी को ना ग्रुप लिंक भेज दूंगा, आप ऐड हो जाइएगा, ठीक है मैम।
तो मैम सर काहे पे
वन बाय वन।
भेजेंगे?
मैम व्हाट्सएप, आप व्हाट्सएप कर दीजिए मेरे को हेलो।
सर नंबर
मैम अभी भी बोला है मैंने नंबर।
प्लीज
मैम
रिपीट।
मैं मैसेज टाइप कर देता हूँ।
व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप की प्रॉब्लम है, आप अंकित के नंबर पे डायरेक्टली मैसेज कर दीजिए एंड ही विल ऐड यू। अंकित हैज गिवन हिज नंबर इन द चैट बॉक्स, प्लीज।
क्या लीव कर सकते हैं? क्या खत्म हो गया क्या सेशन?
यस सर ओके।
जी
आप सब
हाँ
लीव
जी,
कर
आप
दीजिए,
लीव
मैं
कर
एंड कर रहा हूँ मीटिंग।
आप लीव
मैम
कर
मीटिंग एंड कर दूं? विनीता मैम
हाँ
मीटिंग
जी।
एंड कर दूं?
अभी कुछ पार्टिसिपेंट्स ने ना एंड करने के लिए मना किया था क्योंकि चैट बॉक्स से वो फॉर्म फिल कर रहे थे, तो अभी 5 मिनट और रुक जाओ आप एंड करने से पहले।
ओके मैम ठीक है।
हाँ जी।
हाँ नहीं